And 3, 2, 1, good morning. We are going to do the last race of 98's Rockingham place. Rockingham, North Carolina. Welcome to Miss T Motorsports. That's me. I grew up in this sport, and I was very lucky to do so. I love it. Okay, first of all, go say, brain not connected good. Just come off 5 days of the flu. I will get through this one race if I feel up to it. I will continue through the rest of the season. I believe we've got Rockingham. What the heck is down in that list? Let's see. Okay. We did St. Louis. We're at AC Delco right now. Then we got the Steel 300 and then the Miami 300. So there's 2 more races after this for the end of the point season. Dad's with Tim Fido at Base Motorsports. Randy LaJoy's at Base Motorsports. We're going to talk a lot about Randy. I believe Base Motorsports is closing the doors at the end of this season. Not totally, sure. Okay, when you're racing, you don't know the business side. You're so focused on your job. Dad was a crew chief, so who knows? All we know is, they were not coming back next year. And so there was a lot of scrambling. I know Dad will stay with Fido when he goes to the 36 for at least a little bit. And I'm hoping to find out more of a timeline on that into next season. But like I said, there's 3 more races to go in my study of 1998 Busch series. Busch, if you did not know, was Busch Grand National, BGN. You see BGN, Busch, it's the same thing. What is it the same thing of? When you hear sportsman, same thing. But what it really is Xfinity. Y'all know what Xfinity is, right? Or was it Nationwide? No, I don't even know. Look, I know old school NASCAR. All this new stuff that they're doing, okay, I know they're changing a lot of it back. Thank God. Okay, so anyway, we are going to watch The Rock, which The Rock's really cool. I was not here for 98. I was here for 95, 96, and 97 in person. But I still live in the heart of North Carolina, racing country. Just so you know, I'm in the Valley of Love. We are less than an hour from Hickory, less than an hour from Wilkes, less than an hour from, just about an hour from Tri-County. Ace is that way, a little further. We got Rockingham down there, an hour and a half. We've got Bristol up there, 3 hours. We've got Martinsville up there, 2 hours. Richmond, I think, is 4 hours. Atlanta's 5 hours. I mean, anywhere I go is a racetrack near me. So, I love that, and I love horsepower. And if you don't know, Love Valley is a horse capital of the world, they say. We are a little community of about 90 people. In real life, 90 people. It's up in the mountains. We're a touristy town, but it's growing. Had its bumps. It's got some infrastructure issues, but some money's coming around and making it better. So, enough on my La Valley rant. This is a pretty good intro. I was observing it just a bit ago, so I don't know how long I'll stay on screen if I get all boogered up and stuff, because trust me, that flu sucks. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I've suffered since Sunday with it, and it is now Friday, so I'm going on day 6, coming off the flu. So I feel a little sweaty still on the collar, but we will make it through. And this is a really, like I said, good and interesting video. I hope you enjoy it. This is from the 1998 Busch Series. It's the AC Delco 200 at Rockingham. It's the last race of Rockingham for this season, 98. And like I said, I left NASCAR after 97. I just went into the mountains and gardened and became a beekeeper. So there is life besides NASCAR, but you never get away from it. It's in your blood. So it's like an acceptance. I hope you like racing. So do I. Let's just watch this. I'm not going to talk too much, like I said, because I'm still a little under the weather. But we're going to make it through because I still have to write. All right.
In 1982, the cars and the faces have changed. But the quest for the championship is still intense.
Ah, Robbie, man. Dad and Bertie were on that team. Well, Bertie officially, Dad unofficially. And Joe, that's Dad's winner. Steve Grissom in 93. Dad'll work with him in 95. 94, David Green. Great one. Johnny Benson won that under Bertie. And 96 and 97, Randy LaJoy under Bertie. So Rob Moroso, Randy LaJoy times 2. And Johnny Benson, Steve Bird's 4 championships. Dad had one, 92 with Joe. He's had a lot of good finishes. My dad's had several top 10 season finishes in the point standings in teams he's worked on. I think Tim will finish 7th in this season.
Nothing better on this beautiful Saturday afternoon than to clinch that Busch Series title.
And
but with a 102-point lead and 2 races left, he
Bouchard
can't do it yet, but he can certainly
82,
pad it
he
here
was
today.
8th
But all
in
year long,
points
you
as
said,
well.
I ain't worried about points. I'm going to race. Points will take care of themselves. What about today, Dale?
Well, what got us here was hard racing. That's what we got to keep doing, I guess. Being consistent, running up to the top 5 and the top 3. Matt Kangas sure has got nothing to lose. He's going to race hard, so we got to outrun him.
All right, man. Hey, happy Halloween. All right, he starts from 8th. He can certainly be a factor in this race. His closest pursuer, Kenseth, has already had some problems at the Rock. He's standing by with Matt Yoakum.
Glenn Earnhardt's title nemesis, Matt Kenseth, has already felt the wrath of Halloween's ghouls and goblins. A happy hour crash forces Kenseth to a backup car, which means his drive for points in a Rockingham sweep will begin from the 43rd position. Making the sting even worse, he qualified the 17 car on the outside of the front row. Matty, not the kind of luck you need with 3 to go. What's the strategy going to be starting in the back?
Try to get to the front, man. That's about all we can do. Real unfortunate incident yesterday. Had a really good race car and, got wrecked in practice there. So took out the back up here. It's not running too bad, but, it's a big deficit to try to come from 43rd here. But we're going to try to get this Lyco Chevy to the front.
Well, he's already felt a Halloween trick. Now he wants a treat in the form of a victory and the 180 points that will go along with it. Now, here's Larry McReynolds.
Well, thanks, Matt. Even though all the focus is on that championship, how about today's pole sitter, Tony Stewart? Tony's second pole in a row here at Rockingham. You come close to getting that first win here in February. What have you got for these guys today? Can you get that first win today?
I think so. I mean, we tested here a couple weeks ago, and, we didn't even work on race or on qualifying setups. We just worked on the race setup and, tried to make the car really good on a long run. So hopefully we can be there at the end and not let this one slip away like we did this spring race.
Well, Rick, even though everybody's going to be watching that 3 and 17 car, considering these guys tested and worked on race setup, I'm going to be watching this 44 car.
He'll be one to watch today, as will so many others. Welcome to the Sandhills of North Carolina, Rockingham, North Carolina Speedway. Our coverage of the AC Delco 200 today on TNN Motorsports and the Nascar Busch Grand National Series. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rick Benjamin. Great to have you with us today. Picture perfect afternoon for stock car racing. Warm temperature, sunny skies, and 2 of the great ones joining us here. 3-time Winston Cup champion Darrell Waltrip, Daytona winner, Hall of Famer Buddy Baker. Darrell, the championship fight, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s got to think he's in tall cotton here with his competitor going to the back of the field.
Well, you would never say, boy, I sure am glad they had trouble in practice. Kenson had trouble in practice. You'd never say that, but I know that's a huge relief. The thing is, Dale's got to keep his guard up, though. He can't get saying, well, he's so far back I don't have to worry about him, because you've seen, just like I have, from the back to the front happens pretty regularly in Busch Grand National Racing. A couple good pit stops, things work out, and he could be right up there challenging for the win. So it ain't over till it's over.
Lot to look at as we watch this race unfold. Buddy Baker, you've been coming here for an awfully long time. There's a lot new at the Rock, but you're saying the track surface is like the old Rockingham again.
Pretty much so. The corners are very abrasive here, and you run so much speed through the corners, it literally wears the tires out. And then you hear guys say, we have to go back to the old tire management. Darrell, how do you manage tires when you're running nearly wide open all the way around the corner?
Oh, you don't. That's the whole thing. What they're talking about when they say tire management, that's the guy that can manage his cars the best on worn out tires, because that's what's going to happen here in about 60, 70 laps. And really and truly, you can back off a little bit. You don't want to abuse the tires, but there really is no saving them. If you save them, you're going to fall way back and you're not going to catch up. The guy's got to go hard, come in and good pit stop and be right back up front.
As competitive as this one ought to be today, certainly tires will be a factor, but it will be a matter of who gets on the gas the hardest. Let's take you through the starting lineup today. 43 cars ready to go for you here, and we have a gorgeous afternoon. Tony Stewart on the pole in the 44. Matt Kenseth qualified second. He'll have to drop to the back. Second row, Joe Bessie and Mark Martin, who's won here so many times in the NASCAR Busch Series. Third row has Mark Green, his best qualifying effort of the season, and Kevin LePage. Ken Schrader with the rare Busch Series start, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. will line up in the number 8 position today. The fifth row is Buckshot Jones and Jason Keller. In row 6, Robert Presley and Philip Morris, a standout in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series, making his first Busch Series start. David Green and Andy Santerre make up the 7th row. Hank Parker Jr. and Todd Bodine will be in row number 8 here today. The 9th row, Mark Krogh in the 80 car, and Jeff Burton in the 9. Elliott Sadler and Dave Blaney will start in the 10th row today. The 11th row, defending series champ Randy LaJoie and his teammate Tim Fedewa. Row 12, Glenn Allen Jr. and young Casey Atwood. The 13th row looks like this.
I'll be right back.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. makes his first Busch Grand National start alongside Ed Barrier in row 14 today. 15th row is Jeff Purvis along with Blaze Alexander. Ricky Craven's back in the 2 car. He and Adam Petty will be in the 16th row today. The 17th row, Herbie Sadler and Jeff Krogh. Nathan Bucky and Bobby Hillen qualifying in the 18th row. Row 19 has Elton Sawyer and Phil Parsons. Mike Dillon and Curtis Markham starts the 64 car today in the 20th row. Shane Hall, Ashton Lewis, and Patty Moise, the remainder of the starting lineup today. And remember, Matt Kenseth has to line up 43rd once they go through the pace lap. Let's take a look at our race.
Keep the tires and light the fire.
These drivers, your AutoZone race analysis, $422,000. The first 43 drivers will go 200 miles. Mark Martin holds the race record here, set 2 falls ago in October of 1996. And that's the mark that Ford has posted. 9 of the last 12 wins here have come from Ford. Take a look at the manufacturer makeup of the starting lineup today. But first, let's show you the drivers who didn't make the show. 55 cars came here to try to make this. Look at the names. Lyndon Amick, former champion Chuck Bound, NASCAR Busch North Star Ted Christopher, among those who didn't get in.
Yeah, and Mike Wallace as well, and Jeff Green. So a lot of great guys did. This is a tight field, a lot of great competition, and you know, it's not an embarrassment to go home anymore because it happens to everybody.
Unbelievable competition yesterday as these drivers were trying to make the lineup here. Very intense qualifying. Here's how the manufacturer's challenge stacks up in today's Busch Series event. Chevrolet with 22 wins on the season, 32 Chevrolets in the field today, half a dozen Fords, 5 Pontiacs. All 3 brands have won races here in 1998 as the season gets ready to draw to a close. This race, then we go to Atlanta next week, the rescheduled event, and then Homestead to close out the season. And there have been 16 different winners in 28 races in the 1998 season. Shows you just how competitive it is in the Busch Series.
That really does. There's a lot of parity here, just like there is in Winston Cup, probably more, because these guys run such a variance of racetracks, and some of these guys are really good on the short tracks, some are good on the intermediates, and of course the Winston Cup guys are always good on the speedways. So that's where some of that diversity comes from.
You know, the one thing I'm impressed with is how many young, great stars we have coming up in the Busch Grand National Series right now. You have Bobby Hamilton Jr., you have Kyle Petty's son, Adam Petty, you have Dale Earnhardt Jr., you have Tony the Tiger starting out on the pole up there.
Kenseth,
all these guys, I mean, there's so much talent coming up through this system right now that Winston Cup looks very, very healthy for many days to come.
You know, as I look at
okay, guys,
the Winston Cup
that'll happen a lot.
On pit road today, of course. Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, we might need a youth movement, you know.
I'm not feeling 100%.
Don't say otherwise.
So I'm trying to, like,
Well, hey,
breathe
you're
and
talking
all.
about all the talent that's coming
But
up.
thank you for
I
viewing.
would like to point out the
And
number
I'm
9
all for
car
free
starting on the outside of the
enterprise.
9th row, Jeff Burton.
But I'm not
Already
into
improving
buying
Mr. Cup star.
no
Watch him,
subs.
guys. He's going to be
I
coming up
don't
through the pack.
care
Everybody
about
that I've talked to
monetization.
has said the
And I
number
don't
9 car
care
is the
that
car
you're
to beat
selling
today. He didn't have
stuff.
all that good a qualifying
Because
run,
you're probably
but you
a
watch him
bot.
in the race. Kind of reminds you the way he does
If you look at that first time chat at AB Aldula Baba.
Watch Jeff
Yes,
Burton
Subba
go to the front
Wubba.
in the 9 car.
He'll
You know
line
what?
up on the outside of row 9.
I
Let's
don't
take you
know
through
what
our
it said.
in-car
I'm
views
being a
quickly.
smart
Phil
ass.
Parsons
Let
starts
me-
38th today in the Durham
Abdul
Chevrolet.
Salban.
This morning, he is set
Mr.
for
Abdul
1999,
Salban,
although
this
his
is
sponsorship
America, and we
situation is
really
not
don't
yet clear.
give a
But Chad
crap
Jones will be giving us
about
some good news
buying
today as well. He
subscriptions
starts
from
pretty close to the front,
some
fifth row inside.
foreign
He'll line up
country
ninth
that's
in the
trying to
Alka-Seltzer
take
and
our
Bear
country down.
Pontiac. Kevin LePage also takes us for a ride. The Channel
Enough
Line
of that.
Chevrolet. He starts very nicely up at 6 today from Shelburne, Vermont, doing double duty this
Don't
weekend. Interesting story.
put
He's
crap
in
on my
that,
chat.
Stinger, and
I don't
usually
crap
runs
in your
electric
living room.
stimulator.
Yeah, I talked to him just before the race. He said if he runs good,
I
he'll
just
stay out
came
there and
across
fight it.
your
But if he
message,
starts
and I
going
don't
backwards,
like
if he
your
gets the lap
vibe.
down, then look for him
Yes.
to have some sort of mechanical
I'll report
problem.
you if you come here
Mark Martin
again.
also will give us a view from the Winn-Dixie Ford today, and Mark lines up in 4th spot, and you know his track record of success here at the North Carolina Speedway, especially
Just
in the Busch
banning
Series.
them,
Great
but
to
you
have
know,
with us on a
when you
Saturday
see that come up
afternoon.
in your
NASCAR
chat,
Busch
don't
Series
play
at the
nice.
Rock. The
They
fans
ain't
are
real
on their
people.
feet.
They
Green
could
is
care
in the air, and we are
less.
underway.
They think they're following you. I don't even know how they do it because they're criminals, you know, and I don't have a criminal mind. I just don't get time sometimes. All right, enough about the bots. Something streamers deal with all the time. I protect my community and I ban anyone that looks suspicious.
Coming to the line to complete lap number 1. Tony Stewart opens up a 4-car
God, I
lead
hate
over
when that
Mark
happens,
Martin.
when you're
Dale
just
Earnhardt
on a
Jr.
roll.
already
We're
on
at
the
Rockingham. It's
He's
races,
already
for
on the
cripe's
race
sakes.
and moving up on the front three
You
there.
know, racing.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. definitely picked it up.
You
As
like
you
racing,
see,
stay here and watch.
these guys
Don't
are
try to
going
sell me
at
your
it.
bullshit.
Kevin LePage inside Martin to grab second. Doesn't look like it's bothering him.
Flip my bitch switch before 8 o'clock in the morning, for Christ's sake. Oh, it is after 8. But anyway, that's right, late start. Everything, all my batteries on everything were dead. It was like just a nightmare morning.
Now, if we look back, you can see
Usually I'm a much more pleasant co-watcher. This is like a race watch party, and I'm doing research to see the flow of things, because I didn't watch these races. I didn't watch any races after 97 really for a long time.
Down the main straightaway, LePage is your new leader.
Now, if there is tire management, you watch the 60 car there, Mark Martin. If anybody
I guess
understands how to run
when you
fast
work
and
in
not
it
use up the tires,
almost full time for 2 years, it's like
He drove Jeff Burton's car in practice.
there's got to be
Burton's car
something.
was incredible. He said it,
You know,
not
you
only
love
is
it, but
fast,
it's
it's
so
handled
hard.
like it's on a
So
string.
hard to work in racing and work full time on the side, and I did that for 35 years. And
Traffic as we work lap number 4. LePage is your
God, I
leader.
got all
Dale
hot under
Earnhardt
the
Jr.
collar,
in second
fighting
spot.
the last
And this
throes
is
of
back
the
for
flu
10th
here, and
position
someone
right
had to
now.
come in my
Todd
chat.
Bodine in the 30,
I wish you
Philip
could just
Morris in the
face
84, and Joe Bessie in the 6th.
punt,
Morris qualified
face
12th in
palm
that
someone
car.
right
That's
through
a
the
former
screen.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. machine. There's Andy Santerre getting in the mix too. Meantime, race for the lead in turn 1.
Thanks, and shout out though to my son's teammate on Field Up Motorsports iRacing team for fixing my chat, so you didn't get to see all the stuff I deleted, but he puts a hold and he set it up so it's got a bot filter, but I still see it, and it might say 2 messages deleted by a moderator, which is me. But that was the reason for my rant first thing at 8 a.m.
Well, you
in
know,
the
Buddy and
morning.
Daryl, we've talked and talked about tire management, and I know in practice what I hammer on Mike Skinner to do is, even though we
So
may be
anyway,
a little bit
191 to
slow at
go.
the beginning of a run, that will be time that we can make up at the end of a run. If you go out there and try to be the rabbit at the beginning, you're probably going to pay the price at the end of a run.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of
Timing
truth
and
to that.
scoring, I
Certainly
missed
there's
that
a lot
loop.
to consider when you're
Okay,
running
good,
these
they're doing
races,
it
and
again.
particularly
190 to
like
go.
ours on
Earnhardt
tomorrow,
Jr.
so long.
LePage.
Daryl, I see
Okay,
right
we
now,
got
Mark Martin's
Martin,
starting to try to make that
fourth,
second groove start to work, where he
Schrader
doesn't
in
take the car
7th.
down in the corner.
Shout
Maybe
out
wear off a
Schrader
little more
and
tire than he wants
Kenny Wallace and them with the dirt.
Yeah, I could really see this thing I could see the groove getting higher and higher. I could see us being up in that next to the wall groove, a lot like I was in Charlotte a few
Feed
weeks
what?
ago.
P17.
Tony Stewart, we take a look from the
Blaney,
onboard camera with Kevin
P16.
LePage's machine. That's the battle for second spot. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has jumped to the early
Oh, and
lead
it's,
at Rockingham. We'll be right back.
This time of year, actually. Halloween time. Halloweeny time. All right, we're back.
To Matt Yoakum.
Second in points, Matt Kenseth on pit road. He was complaining his car
happened?
was very, very tight. Remember, this is his backup car. He had a little
Lap
bit of time
12.
at happy hour to try to dial this thing in, but the car is still very tight. They're making a chassis adjustment, 3 rounds of bite out of the right rear, and they're going to possibly add a spring rubber to the right rear to try to get this car handling a little more to his liking.
Ricky Craven going behind the wall. He was involved in the incident on the backstretch that brought out the yellow flag here on lap 12 for the first time this afternoon. Looks like not serious damage to the New Holland Chevrolet. Mike McLaughlin's team back there as well, working on the Goulds Pumps machine. Those two cars among a couple that got together on the backstretch. We saw the smoke as they were heading down the back straightaway into turn 3, and that's the cause of our yellow flag first of the afternoon. Let's take a look one more time, show you the aftermath. Looks like McLaughlin's car up against the wall there.
Yeah, and Craven's got into him after he hit the wall, looked like.
The 2 car there, that's Ricky Craven. You see Grubb going by on the bottom side.
I saw another car, I think it was Trickle's car, had some damage to the left rear. Maybe there's some more cars that were involved. That got
McLaughlin was
34
leading
into
the
fence,
points
but,
for the first half
he
of this
bounced out in
season.
front
That's
of
got to
Ricky Craven
really
anyway.
stink.
Mike
He
McLaughlin
was so
out of
close.
his machine, taking a look as the crew dives under the hood. Mike very solidly up in the points in the NASCAR Busch Series as the season draws to a close, but his championship chance is pretty much gone at this stage.
Well, they really are, and you know he's had this happen 2 or 3 times here late, getting in trouble early on in some of these races.
Daryl, as you can see the top of the quarter panel where the rear housing itself went all the
Yeah,
way up
boy.
and pushed that tire right up in the
I'm
top.
still
I'd say he's got
feeling a
bend
little
there now.
peckish.
Probably a lot of damage to the right front
Oh
corner.
my goodness.
You can see the tire marks on the back straightaway way up on the wall.
Yeah, he hit it. He got it in there pretty hard. I got to believe he may have had a little help though, because it just doesn't. It looks like the car got turned to me.
Field under caution. Dale Earnhardt Jr. grabbing the lead a couple of laps in from pole sitter Tony Stewart. Here's how things stack up now with Kenseth way back at the back. Now he's been on pit road a couple of times. Restart from back around
It's tough to make up
the
that
margin
much.
At the moment would be about 240 points.
Yeah,
It's
he's been
just
on pit road a
salvage
lot,
what
and
you
he's
can get at that
he's making me
time.
nervous because he just barely has beaten the pace car out the last couple of times in. So they're trying to make some huge adjustments on the back of that car. Probably put some spring rubbers in and adjusting the track bar.
I want to ask you both a question. It looks like the weather may have changed. It's gotten cloudy. It's been cloudless all weekend. Is the track going to change a lot?
Well, it shouldn't change that much because it's been a very, very nice week. The one thing that I do notice, though, is you got so much tire buildup. You can see them weaving back and forth trying to clean these tires off. There's a lot of tire buildup already on these new tires. And the guys didn't clean them well, and they go in the corner, they could have trouble.
15 laps down, starting lap 16. We're back underway. Earnhardt Jr., Martin, Stewart, and LePage, your top 4 as they haul it through turn 1. On board LePage. He's dropped back to 4th spot now.
LePage made a huge charge, but it looks like he settled into 4th place.
Here comes Mark Martin looking to the inside as they come down the front straightaway. It looks like Mark Martin wants to take the lead away from Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Heading down into 1, the Winn-Dixie Ford on the low side. He will indeed take the lead for the first time this afternoon. Stewart rides low and goes around Dale Jr. to move to 2nd spot.
You heard Stewart say they came here and tested, and they worked on only long runs, and that's exactly what his car acted like. On the start there, a little too tight, run a few laps, air pressure builds up, now he's going.
Looking at Kevin LePage's machine, riding 4th behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. Mark Green, who qualified.
Pretty hound
Will not
dog
be back with
looking
that
at
team
mommy.
next year. Needs a good run today. Looks like he's got a little nose damage from the 37 car when it went by last night. We're down the back straightaway. Mark Martin out front for the first time today. Martin has 9 wins and 20 Busch Series starts here at Rockingham. 16 times he's been in the top 10 out of 20. So you know he's going to be a factor all afternoon.
Another car doing a great job. The green car.
I
there,
won't do
Mark
it now.
Green, as a matter of fact, in the 37 there, and Jason Keller in the 57 car. These guys are really doing a good job. They're keeping right up in the front.
And they're all working real hard, you know, on next year, actually. Some of these guys are here to salvage a good year. And
I just see he's running hot. I saw some water coming out of the overflow just behind the left rear wheel on Mark Green's car there down the straightaway.
well, buddy, that could be some of that rubber buildup we're talking about early on in this race. It could be covering up the grill and the openings there, and he's maybe pushing a little water out.
As we watch the leaders down in turn number 1 here at Rockingham, we got to look at Mark Green's car. It was the paint scheme on the car. Looks like the front is not bent. Certainly good news for Green. We'll be right back. Hey, Bobby Hillen Jr. brushed the wall at his Clean Shower Chevrolet. He's coming onto pit road on the backside, cut down the right front tire, and we are back under a yellow flag situation. We'll show you how this developed just a moment ago.
Wonder if Mark McGuire is going to be over to help him pick the car up.
I was going to say, wouldn't need a jack if he was around, would you? Here it is again. Hillen through the tri-oval and down to turn 1, and he just brushed the fence there.
Yeah, I think he must have run over something and cut that right front down to wet load.
Anybody's ever had a right front go down, the first thing you try to do is get right up against the wall, and then if it does get over there, it's not like going all the way across the racetrack and getting that home run hit.
Back down off the jack, and Bobby Hillen will come back out of the speedway. They've tried to straighten the bodywork out of that machine just a little bit. So we're under caution for the second time this afternoon. 24 laps complete. Tony Stewart's crew hoping that their man will bring home his first Busch Series win today. Speedway, the Nascar Busch Series on the Speedway for the AC Delco 200. Second caution of the afternoon. One of the drivers we were talking about is being very strong early. We watched Matt Kenseth come back on pit road. They are still working on that race car, trying to get it right. You know that Kenseth qualified on the outside of the front row, wrecked the car at Happy Hour. This is a backup machine, had to start from the back, and they're changing the spring rubber evidently.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. But, you know, that could be an older car. Maybe it doesn't have an adjustable track bar mount on it. They're having to try to do that mechanically with taking the bolts loose and moving it. There's something big going on back underneath there.
They just said they pulled the left rear rubber out of there, and Mark Green, as you can see in that shot, is being pushed back into the garage area. He run hot in earlier stages of the race.
Let's get an update on the Green situation. Glenn Jarrett.
Well, guys, they brought him in, and the water temperature gauge was pegged on the car. And Buddy, great call up there when you noticed that on the racetrack. I came over into the pits right away. They didn't even know it. So they realized right then. They brought him in. They're going to have to change the water pump on the car. That's why they put him behind the wall. Here's Larry McReynolds.
Well, thanks, Glenn. I'm sitting here relaxing on the wall with Mike McLaughlin, not where you wanted to be. Mike, you started 25th. You come in here third in the points, and what happened over there on the backstretch?
Basically, I just messed up. I wasn't aware Ricky had a run on me. I was paying attention to what's going on in front of me. Sometimes you need to be paying attention to what's going on behind you. I squeezed him, turned myself into the wall, just driver error.
Think they can get it back out there and get it repaired?
Everybody on this Gould Pumps team's done a good job all year, third in the points. They'll get it back out there one way or another. It may not look too good, but they'll have it back on the racetrack.
Well, Rick, they're telling me they're going to try to get it back out there. I guess the good news of this is he's almost like locked into third in points. He's so distanced from second place and from fourth place, something short of a disaster, he can't really lose third. Matt, what you got?
Well, Larry, what happened on the 17 car? He came in a few moments ago, and they took a spring rubber out of the left rear. What happened was they put one in on the first stop, and the right
Okay,
rear
back to Green, and they said Fedor might have been involved in that, but I'm not sure.
That was a reason for his visit to pit road.
Back under Green at the Rock. Mark Martin, your leader. What do you think about that, Daryl?
Well, I think he's in big trouble because he was just coming out of the pits when they dropped the Green, and he's almost, he's about a straightaway hit of the leader right
I know
now.
they're going to get in an altercation early. Might have did that. Let's look at the rundown at 169 to go. Martin's leading Stewart, and then
take a look at your MCI scoring, showing you what's going on here at the Rock today. Mark Martin, a typically strong performance on Saturday.
Mark's always
let's
good
see
here.
where we're at. Not in the top 12.
Being in the back, being at the back of the field, you can come down pit road quite a bit and not feel like you're giving up any track position.
17th, so we're still
he's been making me nervous.
moving
on
on
out
up.
the pit every time. That time it was just about costing.
Martin down into turn number 1. NASCAR timing and scoring, as we mentioned there, up in the top left corner of the screen by MCI.
There's the battle just behind the leaders there. You can see him coming through there. The 9-car, Jeff Burton, is really making a run up towards the front. As you see him streaking by, he's picking them off one by one, but he's working his way to the front, just like you said, Daryl.
Burton sitting 9th, started 18th.
I try to keep my mic off.
Laps here today. Todd Bodine
I got
also moving up
sniffles,
nicely
you know?
through the field. Take a look at the driver in second.
I don't realize
He's gotten by
like
Dale
sniff,
Earnhardt Jr. Stewart, you know the story. He looked like he had this
Just
race
watched
back in
her.
the
She's
spring when
happy.
we were here in February and won. Up
She
until the
likes it.
last half lap when Matt Kenseth came right up behind him, took the air off the spoiler of the 44, dove to the inside, scored his first Busch Series win. He's won now 3 times this year. Stewart's still looking for that breakthrough victory.
Now just keeping an eye on Kenseth because, you know, the championship is at stake here. He's holding his own against Mark right now, which is pretty impressive.
You can see Tony Stewart get off
At this
line
point,
just a
I'm
little
gonna
bit,
go off
and
the
three
screen
car
because I
goes
gotta blow my
and
nose and
goes
do
under.
that.
He moved out there and let him go. He says, right at the moment, you're
Wish he
handling a little
didn't.
bit better. There's no point in
Holy
settling it
mackerel.
out, maybe using up what little tires we're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
We've
There's
got
my
a hard
mouse.
wreck into the
Oh, my
wall.
mouse
Here
was
it
dead
is.
this morning.
Bessie to
What
Peter
the hell?
Rowe.
There we
Bobby
go.
Hillin back out there, gets on the brakes. Looks like everybody else is going to get through okay, but Joe Bessie, the Power Team Chevrolet.
I think we just
This
spun.
morning that the fall is his favorite time of the year.
But
because he's
anyway,
had a lot of
I
success.
will
Doesn't look like it today.
That car right
be
there is
right
really injured. No
back.
trunk
There's
at all
me.
left on it.
In the
rear
chat.
quarter
I'm in the
pounds pushed
chat.
right up against the rear wheels there. That's a lot of damage. I don't think he can fix that right away.
Joe Bessie brings the car down onto pit road. Crew will take a look at it. Let's show it to you one more time.
So I'm
This is up
here in the
turn
chat.
3.
Let me just take care of.
Like Bessie got
Oh,
around,
gosh.
Fedor had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Tim Fedor went high
He had
there.
brakes
Whether they
on.
were hooked together before
Don't
they
hit
come
nothing.
into that
Don't hit.
picture, I don't
Ooh,
really
he's
know,
okay
but
on the
what a
curb.
great job the rest of these guys
I
did.
do
to
not
warm
think
up
he
and
got
not get
hit,
involved.
but he sure flat spotted them
It's hard to
tires.
say, but I got to believe that maybe the 33 was getting into the back of the 6 as close as they are.
No.
Hard to say without
The
backing
6
all
was
the way up to see
already
what happened.
wrecking.
Mike Dillon in the mix there. Ashton Lewis, several other
I'm sure
drivers
they'll
all
tell us.
moving up high
That's
and getting out
a
of the
car
way. Joe
loose
Bessie's crew takes
back
a look
into
at
the
truck.
wall episode right there.
Takes a look at the
That's
field.
not a run-in. Otherwise, like, Fido's nose would be busted up to the wheels. It wasn't anything to do with him. Come on, guys.
For the
You're
NASCAR
smarter
Busch
than
Grand
that.
National Series. I'm Rick Benjamin, Buddy Baker, Darrell Waltrip up topside with us today on pit road. Larry McReynolds, Glenn Jarrett, and Matt Yoakum. We'll show you one more time what happened here. Third caution of the afternoon. On board with Phil Parsons down into turn 3.
Watch him now. He puts his hand up to let everybody know there's trouble up front. Watch this as he goes by. Luckily misses both cars and arrives to the bottom part of the racetrack and missed cars that have flowed way down.
That's how it's done, right?
That's the way I do it.
I know.
He never hit a thing. He just kept right on going. Caught that gear and drove to the bottom and went right on. Good job on the spotter's part.
Kept the car nice and clean.
You know, there's something fishy going on out there right now.
What's that?
We're right here. Hank Parker,
There
one
he
of
is.
TNN's own.
Yeah.
That's son of Hank Parker, the famous fisherman, leading this race, Hank Parker Jr. in the 53.
And I believe Dave McCarty, one of my truck crew chief from last year, Bickle's crew chief, is the crew chief on that car right now, too. So that's pretty impressive.
Terry Dodson was here this weekend working with that team. He's going to be the general manager for that bunch starting next year.
Putting together a pretty nice program there. Now, if Hank will stay back and leave him alone, everything will be okay.
Take a look at Tony Stewart in the 44. The pole sitter here today, the 3 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. They will line up 8th and 9th on the restart. They got shuffled to the back, or at least a little further back in the pack on pit road just a moment ago. Everyone taking advantage of the opportunity to come in and grab tires, make some adjustments. Glenn Jarrett, what happened down there?
Well, that's exactly right, Rick. Tony Stewart came in. His car's been pushy all day. He didn't like it, a little too tight. So they changed 4 tires, filled it up with fuel, and took about a 1/4 to 1/3 spring rubber out of the right front, trying to get the car to turn a little better in the center. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 4 tires and fuel. Here's Matt Yoakum.
Glenn Mark Martin hit pit road the leader. Due to the pit stop shuffle, he came out 7th. The concern on the 60 car, it was a little bit loose. So what they did, they took 1 pound of air out of the right rear, added 1 round of bite. Hopefully that will get Martin a little better car. And I'll tell you what, if this car is not handling to his liking, I hate to see what it's going to be like when they get this thing right. Now to Larry McReynolds.
Well, thanks, Matt. I'm in Jeff Burton's pit, who had moved into the top 10 a few laps ago, and kind of an interesting situation. All day yesterday, their car was loose. They kept adjusting on it. They found this morning that the left front brake caliper was hanging up, and they anticipated that's why they had been loose for the entire practice. So they made some adjustments this morning. I talked to Buddy Parrott. He said, Larry, now we're actually too tight, made some air pressure adjustments, so we'll keep an eye on them, that car as well, Rick.
There's your pit summary. Mark Martin will come out in 7th after leading, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. lost 7 spots as well. Some of the other contenders falling way back. Hank Parker Jr. leads him to the green in the 53 car. Remember, your lead lap cars on the
Okay, we're
outside.
back to green.
Lap number 40 of 197.
He was
We're
right
back
there up
underway.
front,
Bobby Hamilton
man.
Jr. in the 95 being shown
No.
second in his
Maybe
first
he's-
Busch Series
no.
start. That's the Sadler Brothers Pontiac.
Well, I've seen Hank
go down
Jr. drive, and I've seen him drive in the All-Pro Series. He's a pretty sharp young driver. I think he's going to do really good in the Busch Series.
is better than later.
Outside there and got up in the loose stuff and lost about 4 or 5 positions there. As you can see, Hermie Sadler going by several of the other cars as they head down in the
The car I'm referencing is the blue number 33 with Kleenex on it. Just because I talk like y'all know.
Right now, Bobby Hamilton Jr. being shown as the race leader, but here comes Martin. He's got Stewart.
Yeah, I love my energy.
And in Parker's defense, he probably only took
Guys,
2 tires or else he
I
didn't
don't
pit at all.
give a crap about Monica.
Yeah, he's going to have a hard time holding those guys.
Or those cheap follows. Add me on Discord. Oh, there's another one. Discord. Thank you for the follow. Don't bot my channel, please. I'm not going to buy nothing. I watch races. You want to watch race cars and learn something? Go ahead. Learn about what American motorsports is all about.
Obviously didn't hurt the car too bad.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. there.
It's a day of the bots. I'm telling you, you're not going to win.
3 or 4 times this year in every kind of division you can name, and he's been very
Sally.
in what he does. His father has a lot of influence on what he does.
Every one of these juniors proved to me that apples don't roll far from the tree, buddy.
You're exactly right about that.
And there is the junior who may well claim the 1998 NASCAR Busch Grand National title here in the next little bit. Back up to 5th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 3. Inside Stewart. This is for position. They've got Mark Martin right there as well. Martin being shown 3rd. Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Kevin Grubb, though, refusing to give ground down into turn 3. Bobby Jr. ran this earlier this year and did very, very well.
Boy, that gives you a good idea of just how soft the suspension they run on these Busch Grand National cars. There was almost 2-3 inches of travel on the front of that car as we were looking back at it coming through the corner there.
Kevin Grubb in the 52 goes to the front. Remember, he was so strong at Bristol earlier.
One of the things, buddy, you talk about the suspension travel. One of the things you do to conserve tires is to run the car as soft as you possibly can to take all the pressure off the tires and let the chassis do the work.
On board with Kevin LePage as he works up in the 6th spot down the main straightaway. Glenn Jarrett, something you want to get answered down there?
Yeah. Daryl's comment there about apples not falling too far from the tree. I know your daughters. They're nowhere near as rotten as you are.
I know your dad, too, buddy.
Touche. I'll keep my mouth shut from now on out.
Kevin Grubb still out in front in the 52. He's got Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Those have been the 3 quickest cars here in the early going. We're 46 laps in, and Grubb able to keep those 3 behind him.
Boy, he is, and that's an incredible job. I mean, he did a great job at Dover. Remember, we were up there, and he had a great run up there. It must be same car, same setup the way he's running.
The thing that's happening right now, though, Tony Stewart's looking behind him. He knows there's a freight train right behind him. As you see Mark Martin looking all over the back of Grubb since they head in there, Tony Stewart said, I'm going to try the outside to get around Mark Martin now.
Now, I like that. That's what I like to see. Let's go side-by-side racing through the corner. Let's get up in that outside groove. Let's make a show out of this thing, and let's pass somebody out there.
Stinks. We did lose a lap.
That's
Dad's good at doing the little pit strats to get that stuff back, especially if it goes clean. He'll do it.
There's a bunch of these dogs that won't hunt unless they can stay right around the bottom. I'd like to see him get up there and go, man.
If there's a guy here who ought to know his way around the top side of a racetrack, it's certainly Stewart with all those years of dirt track.
The only one on lap down. They did not have luck.
Get up on that cushion. I'll show you something.
Unfortunately. And I'm off the camera just for a little bit because I'm all snotted up, to be honest. I just feel like, come on the screen in just a minute. I'll put my camera back on. It's just still trying to get rid of a little bit of
yeah, Mark said, I don't need this. too much blue paint in my mirror.
Dale Jr. now up to 2nd spot. Remember, 102 points. The difference in the championship case coming in. Where's his main rival, Matt Kenseth? Well, we talked about how many times he'd been to pit road. I think they fixed the problem. Kenseth is being shown now up in 20th. Remember, he started 43rd.
Yeah, the best thing that could happen to him in his situation was those early cautions. Gave him a chance to tune on that backup car.
Well, you can see right now he is making moves on the outside there. He has not got the time to wait around, because way back in the pack like this, he realizes that front group is out in clean air right now, and they're moving right along.
Well, and one thing about a driver like him, a young, aggressive driver like him, once they get the car under him and he feels comfortable, he'll find ways to get around people.
Whatever this flu is that I do have, to be honest, it's going around, and I'll tell you what, it's super catchy. I don't know where it got. I count back the days. It's probably when I went grocery shopping. But I gave it to my neighbor. I gave it to my son, like all in 5 days. So whatever it is pretty aggressive, but they've all got over it. I just am one of those stupid people that don't get over colds easy.
57 laps on the board. We're just over a quarter of the way home this afternoon, and it's been a terrific one so far.
So I'll be back on the screen in a minute. I'm just trying to get rid of some congestion.
It up a little deeper in the field today as they battle for position. That's back around 27th, 28th, 29th spot. Randy LaJoy and Shane Hall going at it as well as they fight for position on the racetrack. That's the 24th spot. Shane Hall on the inside right now for position there as they race onto the back straightaway. Randy LaJoy wants to leave Base Motorsports on a high note here at the end of the year with at least another victory. He's got 1 win this season. We were with you at Myrtle Beach in the middle of the summer, but otherwise it's been a frustrating year for the two-time champion.
Look at Casey Atwood in the 63 Vauxhall car there. Went all
well, they didn't say base closing, but Randy wouldn't have left if it didn't close. I don't know who he would race for after. I don't remember. Well, no, next year when I study 9 to 9.
The best thing he's got going for him? Time. He's got a lot of time to get better, buddy. He's just 18 years old, and he's real good already.
Well, you can see he's looking on the outside there. Dale said he'd like to see somebody do that, but not the... Oh, boy, I tell you what, Shane Hall almost got him into the outside wall.
Here's what I'm seeing happen all around the racetrack right now. Guys are trying that outside, and all of a sudden they're finding it really is good to them. I'm back in the field here, I know, but a lot of cars are taking that outside line and really making good time.
Battling down the back straightaway. Casey Atwood in the 63 there, drawn to the outside now of LaJoy as they battle for 24. Outside. Got the 56 of Jeff Krogh right there with him.
Randy was involved in that accident yesterday with Kansas. He couldn't avoid getting into there, and they had to put a new front air dam and all on that car. Tape up everything. The right front corner was back.
I might fast. Well, no, I really need to hear the gossip to know where everyone's going the following season.
Wants to get around Krogh, but Krogh closes the door on him as they come out onto the main straightaway.
Well, he just gave him a little shot there to let him know I'm on the outside here. I don't think it'd be good to come up again, and they touch again as they go up the racetrack.
You know that Randy LaJoy, the great veteran of this series that he is, wants to clear those cars and be out of the way.
Yeah, but he's going to make it this time, I believe.
Shane Hall comes right into the mix once again in the 85. Elton Sawyer there too.
See, that's the downside about being on the outside in the heavy traffic.
Oh, man, I'm telling you right now, that was a wreck that didn't happen just then.
See, that's where you need a little bit more spurts.
Jeff Krogh got completely sideways in the 56 there as they come off the corner.
Yeah, he's going to get in bigger trouble.
Now, Randy LaJoy, quite a story. The two-time Busch Series champion. He's leaving Base Motorsports. A lot of changes for Base coming up. Time for our Stanley Tools picture-in-picture with Steve Byrd on next season.
Another young kid to put in that, you know. As far as 2 other drivers for the 33 and 74, there's a lot around, a lot of good talent and everything else. And there's no sense for us to be in a hurry. You know, there's some Winston Cup drivers here that may not have rides. So we just want to see what's going on. Then we can weigh all our options that way, and then we have to look for sponsors with it. Fina just left. That put us in a tight spot because all year they said they were going to stay. And now when the end of the year comes, this should have been all done. But, you know, Fina's been a great sponsor. Bill assures me, we sat down the other day, he says, we will have 3 teams going to Daytona. He says, in case any of the guys are getting nervous, he says, I run this thing with Staff America on it for 4 years before we got a sponsor. He says, they'll have Staff America on it. So I got a lot of confidence in Bill. You know, there ain't a lot of loyalty in this business, and Bill treats me real good, and I've known him a long time, and so I'm kind of loyal to him.
The comments of Steve Bird on the future for base motorsport from Stanley, whatever it is, wherever it is.
That filled in some blanks, didn't it?
In the 44 car, out in front now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. They've got Mark Martin right behind him as they battle down the backstretch for the lead.
Yeah, Bobby Hillin, trying to keep him going a lap down, and he is absolutely giving him a fit. He used to run that high line, and Tony's got up under him a couple of times, but just can't clear him. And that high line is really working good. I am really excited about that. I like it. gives you a good plan for tomorrow, possibly. Oh, heck, I'm tired of this follow the leader stuff, run around the bottom all the time. I like to see him get 3 or 4 wide like they're doing today. This is great racing right here.
Tony Stewart on the back straightaway in the 44. The pole sitter is your leader. Right behind him, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the point leader. Bobby Hillin, who got into the wall several laps ago. They've changed the right front on that machine. Clean shower car trying to stay on the lead lap. Your field summary brought to you by Napa there on the upper left corner of your screen.
What you see, Rick, is the thing about it. Tony gets in the corner a little bit better because he's on the bottom taking that shorter line in, but there's so much more speed and so much more momentum down the straightaway when you come off the corner up high like it. You don't get the car all bound up, all bogged down, and it'll shoot down that straightaway. And that's the big difference between running a low line and a high line.
Bobby Hillin still able to stay in front of those 2 lead cars. Is Stewart getting frustrated now, buddy?
Well, I think he's really trying hard right now, and he's defeating his own purpose as he pulls even, though this will kind of even it out here. As you see, Bobby Hillin, just exactly what Darrell was talking about. Great run up off the corner, but right now, instead of going away from him right there, and you can pull even, and if you start off, I would cut that angle off getting in the next corner where he couldn't just turn and run any kind of line he wants to into the corner.
And see, the bad news for the lead car, the guy leading the race is, why do I want to take a chance and get in trouble racing a guy that's almost a lap down? But I need to get by this guy. He's holding me up. So you go through a real emotional battle with yourself as a driver. What I do?
The one time you need a caution, I don't know that we can make this up if it goes green.
Bobby Hillin
Some
staying
tricky
right
pit
there
maneuvers,
up onto the main straightaway,
like short pit, super short pit, stay out,
get by this time. Nope.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's got to quit coming straight
and hope for caution when you're.
On the outside there, even though they're not running 200 miles an hour, it does
I don't
make
know,
the
but
car a little
you
bit
can't
looser
not
when you
lose
go
lap,
down
and
under
it's
another
Rockingham,
tire.
so you're losing. It's just wicked.
Yeah.
Look at our situation.
Trying to keep him getting into Bobby Hillin.
To recover.
Best thing he do is back off and follow him a little while.
This is not for position. Hillin in the 8th trying to stay on the lead lap. Stewart may be able to put him away here.
No.
I bet Earnhardt's sitting there in 3rd place right now going, come on, boys. Don't touch each other, because I couldn't get on the brakes and miss either one of you if you touch.
Well, it's great racing.
They're going to mess around.
Man, you're just like I am, but I'm standing up. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to make the call.
Hillin just wiring him on the high side here.
You got to remember his boss is here today, Mark McGuire, too, watching him run today. So Bobby Hillin putting on a great show for Mark McGuire.
And he's obviously got a good car. And if he had to cut that tire down, he says to himself, as a driver, I could be racing for the lead right now.
So Hillin will move away from Stewart. Stewart and Earnhardt Jr. will drop back into line. 75 are complete here at Rockingham. We'll be right back. North Carolina, live on TNN Motorsports. Caution waving for the 4th time today in the AC Delco 200.
There's a caution we hope for, but I don't know.
Patty Moise going around. She is down on pit road for service. She got together or became really close as they go down into one with rookie Phil Morris there in the 84.
He gets, yeah, you can see the contact there with Phil Morris, and you see the 14 of Patty Moise sliding very, very straight there. Now watch Elliott Sadler in the 66.
Oh,
hello.
Jesus.
Man, that was close. Yeah, it looked like Patty got into the 84 car and actually spun herself out. So, and then here comes Elliott, and he can't. Folks, trust me, when you see all that smoke right there, you can't see a thing. You're just driving by instinct.
Blaze Alexander on the high side almost got caught up in that too in the 20 car. So everybody gets through and we are clean, nobody into the wall, and that's certainly a good situation, but we're still under caution.
Explain something to me.
Uh-oh. You're supposed to explain it to me.
No, I don't understand. Why did those guys pit? Is it not? How long has it been since we had a caution?
Not very long.
Not very long, I guess. And I guess they got a set number of tires they can use. They can't be just putting on like on Winston Cups.
I am
1
concerned
degree.
about Kevin LePage coming in. That he was running right up near the front.
We better go down to the pits and find out what's going on. Them guys seem to know more about it than we do.
They're keeping track of things. Larry McReynolds.
Well, Darrell and Buddy, he had been backsliding quite a bit the last 20 or 25 laps. It's almost like when the sun come back out, he got looser and looser and looser, and he was just about out of the top 10. None of the leaders pitted. They stayed out. They got to talking amongst each other and said, you know, we're probably not going to get no better. So they come in, made some major adjustments on that car, put 4 tires on, so now they're good to go. Matt?
Well, Larry, on lap 4, young Adam Petty called in and said, guys, I've got a problem under the hood. Something is amiss. At the first caution on lap 11, they pitted. They looked to see if maybe a plug wire had come off. Everything looked okay. Apparently now he's got something wrong in the valve train. His father, Kyle, told him, look, just get as many laps in as you can. Run it till it blows.
Adam Petty being shown 23rd as we get ready to go green. Safety cars in. Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Let's see if Tim's got. Oh, look at Tim's nose. It's crunched a little.
As we begin lap 82.
Josh Rader's gotten up in the mix too. He's right there
I
behind.
don't know if he'll have the speed. Keeping up though, right? Joking.
Kenny
Not too
Schrader
bad.
number 15, the Oakwood Homes Chevrolet out of the Andy Petrie shops up to 5th spot. Todd Bodine 6th. Jason Keller is 7th. This is the lead battle.
Right now,
Go,
right
Tim.
on the bottom side, trying to get back up towards the front right now, making a charge on Tony Stewart.
Stewart all alone out in front. Fedor with that body damage on the right front corner after he tangled up in turn 3 a while ago with another car.
Actually, that's Todd Bodine in the 30 car.
Yes, it is. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2nd spot, but a good distance back behind that battle between the 44 and the 33. There's Adam Petty, had that motor problem. He's just out there trying to get seat time in, as we heard a moment ago, being shown 37th. Stewart opening up a good advantage now, more than a second over Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That car is a teammate to Robert Presley. They borrowed that car to run here, and that's where it comes from. And Adam Petty's got a great future, and you know, even though he's not up to speed, he'll learn a lot.
That's proof right there with my argument. My argument that all of the downforce and all that's just a bonus. Proof right there. That is not aerodynamic, and he is passing freaking Tony Stewart on the outside in spite of Tony trying to run him off the track right there. Okay? Shout out for that. That's a car that's on rails when you say on rails. Can you imagine if it didn't have body damage? That would be the bonus. But it still goes like hell. Because it's got the right setup, it's got the right frame height, it's got the right shocks, got the right springs, got the right wedge, got the right stagger, got the right Ackerman, got the right camber. I mean, it's just all that. All that stuff matters, and all this body crap matters too, but it matters as a bonus. It's extra. That's your icing. Just like your body is just the body. It's the icing. You gotta have everything else right first.
He was leading the race. All of a sudden, he got really, really bad loose. Car got sideways on him.
Perfect aerodynamic. Aerodynamics don't mean anything if you idiot.
Sideways down there under that car in turn 1.
It's set up right. And that was just proof. Passed him on the outside, man. In spite of it all.
The number 9 there.
And all that did for Tony was wear out Tony's tires trying to fight off a lap car, which was dumb. Come on, caution.
It just jumped just for a second there, but that car is really hooked up. It's real quick in the center part of the corner. I was watching him on Tony Stewart right along in this area. He's able to pick that throttle back up, run off on the flat in the middle part of that racetrack. If you were real loose, you wouldn't stay down there, I can guarantee you.
And I can't believe Baker says, oh, it just jumped sideways for a second there. Now, you can tell that he ain't been out there that much lately, I can tell you. That thing will scare you to death when they do that, Baker.
Daryl, let me tell you, I didn't drive as long as you.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to come back on the screen.
On board with Mark Martin down into turn 3, 109 laps remaining. Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the top of the leaderboard. Patty Malone's back on the racetrack trying to hang with him and get her lap back. We'll be back. National Series today on TNN Motorsports. I'm Rick Benjamin, Buddy Baker, and Darrell Waltrip. Top side, Ray McReynolds, Glenn Jarrett, Matt Yoakum on pit road. You saw Dale Earnhardt Jr. He is the leader on lap 91. Great battling further back in the package. We watched Dave Blaney.
Let's try it again.
Jr. get after it. Robert Presley in the mix there as well. That's for 8th, 9th, and 10th position. Drivers starting to push pretty far up the race.
I'm back.
Now, as we're almost
About every half hour, I gotta do the inhaler and the Flonase and cough, gag, hack.
Downstairs, Larry McReynolds.
Hey, Darrell,
Then I'm good for about a half hour. So I'm here for a little bit. Hopefully to the end of the race. All right, now we're seeing intervals. This is what matters. Even though it only matters here when we're trying to catch the leader, because we're tail end of the lead lap. I got fur in my mouth.
Up here, I said if I'd have been racing just in, I'd have come in and got me some tires.
Kitty
You can
was
jump
in.
all over these guys like a
God, my
grasshopper on
nose
a June
itches.
bug right now.
I do not envy these crew chiefs' jobs, knowing that you've got to run this race with 3 sets of tires. Now, they can change all they want under green, but under caution, they only have 3 sets. Now,
But all my
if we
ranting
run
on the
about 15
bots,
laps and the caution comes out, it's
don't
gonna be 4
mistake
more
that
tires.
I love my audience and I love my followers.
Because we don't want to take anything off of them.
Exactly right. Exactly
Just
right.
get so irritated with bots and stuff on every platform I go on. It's just like, I got the biggest ban list probably of anybody ever. Because I just don't put up with it.
Jeff Burton in the 9 slips up out of the groove for a moment. He gives
Couple
up
of times
some ground there.
you say,
Tygodine
like,
has been very
I'll be in a
strong
chat
today,
room, someone will
and
say
behind him,
something
the 30 car
stupid.
just made a move to pick up a spot.
And I'll be like, that's one. And I kind of keep my eye out and like, one more stupid comment.
She just passed the leader
Block.
of the race. That's what tires are good for right now. And I tell you, if they
I
don't
don't
get a
have
caution
time for
pretty quick, a
stupid.
bunch of people are in trouble.
Tony Stewart of the 44 hanging on to second spot. Mark Martin is right with him in the 60 car.
So
And
anyway,
Todd Bodine
we
a couple
are
of car lengths further back. So the battling there, and there's the 9.
100 to go. Okay, we're in 33rd with 24 seconds behind the leader.
There's the 64 with Curtis Markham
So we
on
need
board.
a caution really quick. We just raced Tony Stewart to get our lap back.
Burton is really fighting that race car right now. Apparently the right
And
rear
there's
is giving
100
up
to
on
go.
the car some.
I'm up here in the booth, and I heard Burton hollering, "I'm loose!"
Talk about Curtis Markham for a second as Burton continues to backpedal in the 9.
We sure need someone
A brief glimpse of Markham started 40th in
to do
that
a
car.
caution.
He is up to 8.
Come on, our
Great
old
run.
faithful cautioners.
He's coming to the front in a big hurry.
Kevin Page up to 11th with less than 100 laps remaining this afternoon.
Less than 100 laps, and you can tell that the sun is peeking in and out from these clouds right now. Racetrack constantly changing on these guys, and whoever had the best setup for this type of conditions will start really showing up pretty quick now too.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the sun not making a lot of difference, but it'll certainly make a big difference as the tires wear down. That's where it makes the biggest difference.
So Burton is going to come out of pit road now under green to get tires. Blaze Alexander there as well.
Boy, that's a gutsy call right there. That's going to put him probably a lap in the distance down.
Burton slowly toward his pit stall. Larry McReynolds is there.
Well, I'm here in Jeff Burton's pit. I asked Buddy Parrott just about 2 laps before this pit stop what was going on, and I think they were scrambling and talking to one another. But best I can tell, what I could see going in the corner, he had gotten very, very loose. It's going to be a routine stop. They do put some wedge in the left rear because that's certainly a sign that it was loose. 4 Goodyear tires, a little bit of trouble on the left rear. Still trouble on the left rear, and he's down and away. Very lengthy stop, but he definitely was loose.
About a 21
If he was loose after the fuel goes out, that means he's of a wedge. So I hope they took wedge out, not added it.
Today, Burton back on the
Just
racetrack.
a
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
thought.
is out in front, and he's built a 3.2-second lead over Mark Martin. But with the different pit stop strategy and the tire changes coming, that probably won't hold up. We'll be back. For Rick Benjamin, Buddy Baker, Darrell Waltrip, topside today.
This was a hell of a class, though, of racing drivers in this Busch Series
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
that
Glenn
year.
Allen, one of those drivers who pitted on the last caution to take 4 tires. Here's the move out of turn 4. Gentlemen, this wasn't even close.
No, when you have good tires here, I mean, it's like 0.3 of a second a lap. I mean, he is motoring. You can see he pulled almost.
Junior let him by,
in one corner
and that's
there.
for position.
Here's the other guy that's fast too is
Really?
that's Markham in
Maybe
the
not.
64 car, and
It's Trickle.
he took tires, so did the 66.
I don't want to say
Sadler,
it's Trickle.
and they're all
It
just
used to
motored
be.
right on by of these guys.
I get
Curtis
confused.
Markham started and qualified
Year
in
to
64.
year.
We're told that actually Dick Trickle did get in the car during the first caution.
Okay.
Trickle unable to make that qualifying run yesterday because he was not eligible for a provisional if they were unable to make the show on time.
Now, as we were talking about Kevin LePage, you see he has already run the 3 down and passed him there. Earnhardt had nothing for him because of those fresh tires. Almost 8 or 10 car length lead right in just one straightaway there. Right now, Kevin LePage is just moving away from him.
And I apologize for my erroneous information. I'm normally on top of things a little bit better than that, so
quite all right.
I'm sorry, I had no idea.
Quite all right. Kevin LePage is doing a great job out there. He is 5th. And look at Kevin Grubb in the 52. We talked about Grubb. He was battling for the
Pit
lead
stop
earlier.
still ongoing.
He's up there now in the mix as well. So Grubb back to 4th spot with Elliott Sadler right there. Sadler is 5th.
Till all the pit stops iron out. I don't think that they are going to
Patty Moise,
put up a rundown
she's
yet.
going to the pits on the back straight. I think she got an engine problem there.
98 now. I know in 96 and 97 they had transponders that just picked up at the start-finish line.
Several laps ago.
And
Don't last forever.
Oh, no.
we mashed the button so you could get the time and the scoring. So it was the beginning of the transition to all transponder scoring.
But for the fans at home, I mean, they can see what we're talking about here, tire management and the difference between some used tires, 30, 40 lappers, some brand new tires, and what the difference there is in speed around this racetrack.
Glenn Allen in the 99.
I apologize for being off the chat or off the kick.
Glenn Allen doing a great job. He has opened up nearly a second over Dick Trickle.
We're trying
For the people that are
to truck on through
fans,
this
he had a hole in the right rear tire
illness.
sleeping down on him, and
It
really
put me
made
down
the car
in the
very,
bed
very loose.
for 3 days.
That's Trickle in the 64 running
Yesterday I was up a little bit,
put a lap down
and
now.
today,
Back to 3rd, the 52.
after
Kevin
this, I'll
Grubb,
probably
Virginia.
nap again
Got that
because,
Kerr-Bagaginian sponsorship on
man,
the car.
it just
He drove
sucks all
their
your
car,
energy.
the 43 a couple of times earlier. There's the 40, LePage, the Channellock Chevrolet.
So shout out to anyone out there. I know so many people online are ill at this moment. Well, ill meaning not southern ill like me. But that too. But ill means infirm, in New England. When we said we're ill, it means we were sick. Come down south. I said to a boyfriend once, "Why are you okay? Are you ill?" He got mad. He thought I was saying he was being nasty or mean. Ill means something different in the South.
Qualifying 12th, his first Busch Series start. There's the
It means
56
you're
of Jeff Crow. He is
ill-tempered.
being shown 8th, and Mark Martin behind him in 9th. Now Martin out of cycle
It's
on the
funny
pit
how
stops on the tire situation,
different
as we've talked about. He's
regions
been
have
very,
different
very stout and has led some laps here today.
You know, Rick, this is not a terribly intimidating racetrack. And so some of these guys can come from some of the short tracks where they do a lot of slipping and sliding.
I'm glad they brought Rockingham back. I mean, it wasn't one of the
We just got to look at Todd Bodine.
quote-unquote, like,
back on the lead lap and up
can't
in
live
11th
without
after tripping
tracks,
the
but
wall earlier and having
it
the
has a
tire
lot of
go
history
down.
too.
We'll show you as we
Since
take you a little back.
down near Pinehurst Golf Club,
12th spot belongs to the
it's
Ford.
still in
Jeff
an
Curtis,
area where it's
29.
pretty
Bernie Sadler is a lap down.
there's not a lot
After
of
Curtis, there's Sadler and Dillon in the 72.
not a lot of
12th,
people
13th,
like
and 14th, and rounding out the first 15
immediately in the area, but all the surrounding towns is
Mark Green
growing.
back on the racetrack in the 37. Robert Presley
The Sand
there.
Hills.
Mark Krog in the 80 car. So Stewart, who was on the pole, led a bunch of laps early.
I remember most of all, like, driving into the parking lot, and there's all these tall pines with the long needle pines.
On these cars any minute now, wouldn't you, buddy?
Speaking of sneaky veterans, how about Dick Trickle on the outside?
The terrain in North Carolina is different from region to region. Like where I am, it's all red clay and mountains and not many rocks. To get toward where Rockingham is, it's sandy and gravelly and flat.
Two career Busch Series victories after that win earlier in the year at Darlington. One at Hickory in 1997 to break through. Thinking his first major NASCAR win could be his day. First time Trickle's led a race here at Rockingham. Find out if he can.
Good old scoring booth.
Two-time Busch Series champion
Oh,
Randy
gee
LaJoie, second
whiz.
car we've seen today. It's pushing water.
Oh, okay.
Out the overflow
Okay, it's
in a
just a
major
regular
way as they come
scheduled
out of
pit
road to
stop. I
change
see
tires
Birdie
on
there
the
behind the
finish.
wall.
Yeah, you see the guy down there rubbing
Yeah.
on the front of the
Just-
grill. Well, what
just
he
a
was
little
doing
steamy.
was cleaning that area right there off. That gets covered up with
Clean the
rubber.
grill.
And no arrow going there. It's just like having it taped off, and the things will get hot, especially on these long green flags.
So Randy LaJoie, who had dropped a lap to the leaders earlier, back onto the racetrack.
The view
probably
from
lost
the
another one
pit
there.
area is
Here's the
weird.
point
It's like
situation. Two races
you
to
can
go after
see
today's
like
event
the
in 1998. Matt Kenseth started
the
today
track. You can see the
102 points
angle,
behind. Dale
and
Earnhardt
because of
Jr.
that
has
angle,
built
you
that
can
lead,
you
at
can
least
see him
if they
race
finished
pretty
where they
good
are right
for
now,
most of
to
the
152.
2/3 of the
Quite a ways
track,
to go.
like
We've got
from
73
turn
laps
4
remaining. Your leader,
all the
the
way
64.
around. You
Dick
can see
Trickle
the
is
cars
out in
pretty
front. The
good
99 of Glenn Allen
from the
Jr.
pit
is
area.
second, and Kevin Grubb in the 52 right there running third, turning in a great ride here today.
The walls
Kevin
look
LePage
tall.
is fourth, and Phil Morris is fifth. in
Or
his
the
first Busch Series
pavement
start.
had
That's
looks
pretty
bad.
impressive, you know.
You can see
It
that.
is. I'm telling you. Veteran of the NASCAR Winston Racing Series
It's
up in
pretty
the
good
Virginia
looking
area.
track.
He's won a ton of features. I believe it was something like 28 of
Compared to
44 this
some.
year for Philip Morris in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series. He was one of the contenders for the national championship this year.
That's it. He's doing a
Stapleton
great job. I
42,
watched him on a
I
number of
think is what it
occasions,
is.
and he's just running that car wherever he wants to, high, low.
Stapleton
He's doing a really
72.
good job.
See Kenny Schrader there in 15 going a lap
Stapleton
down now as
does
they go motor and
a thing
drive
on the rock before
Schrader
they
was up as high as
renew it,
fifth earlier, but
just
is
like he did
evidently
with
out of
Wilkes,
sync
and
with
it
the
was
pit
pretty
stop
good.
situation as well. He's back to 27th right
Just
now,
see if I
dropping a
can
lap.
find
Yeah,
it.
and Glenn Allen is actually staying pretty close to Trickle here, and if anything, maybe closing back up on him a little bit. So the Tricksmeister might be wearing his tires down a little bit more than he needs to.
Well, if there's a guy who knows how to get it done in a
Go
tough
to my
tire
channel.
situation, Dick Trickle's won something on the order of 600 short track races.
When
in his
I'm done
30-plus years behind the
with
wheel.
filming,
And I would think he would certainly know how to
Just
take
so you
advantage of a
know,
situation like that.
You would think so,
I
but
put
I'm noticing what Daryl's talking
these
about.
races
He went in the corner just
within the
then,
next
way up
few
in
days or a
the
week,
where
usually at the
they
most.
were all-
I'll
if you
put
wanna
them
wear a tire
like 5
down,
days
I can't
ago. I
think of a
put
better
up
way to
St.
do it,
Louis.
so where nobody's
6
running.
days ago, Hickory Part
He could
4.
be using that Richard Petty philosophy,
And it
too.
looks
Run
like I
real
did
close to the
3 and
wall.
4 the
That
same
way you won't
day.
hit it so hard.
Sometimes I can't
But I always ask
jump in
Richard, I
right
said, "Does
away.
that
And
mean
then I
you're gonna hit
got
it
Dad's
more
most recent stuff and my North Carolina
There's the
stuff.
17 of Matt Kenseth. He is apparently
Oh,
not at top
boy.
speed at the moment.
But what I'm
21st
looking
in the
for is
running
down
order.
here.
Coaching
Yeah.
story. Kenseth qualified
Stapleton
on the
42.
outside of the
This
front
is
row here weekend.
this is the
Tried to sweep at
website
Rockingham. Wrecked his
that
primary
he
car
does
yesterday
so
afternoon
many
at Busch Series
garage,
happy hour practice. Had to take a backup car to
let's
the back of the
look
field
just
when they
for
dropped
an
the green here this
idea.
afternoon. Kenseth came up
Videos.
through
My
the
racing
pack a couple of
Monte
times, but
Carlo.
seems like he's fighting
Playlist
once
that
again,
night.
being shown 24.
Never
Okay.
was all that good. I think they helped
Hometown
us some,
history
but obviously
tours.
when the tires go away, they go away
My
big
vintage
time on that
NASCAR
car.
car, going short track racing. He does some racing too. He does some old school racing. He interviews a lot with Lake's family. And like I said, this is all
We gotta be getting close to
untouched
that window, though. I
history,
mean, they were
different
40 under green in the
museums.
caution, and then nobody, a lot of leaders
But I
didn't
know
come in,
he
so
did the
we gotta be
rock.
right in that 80 lap window where they're gonna have to come in for
The
wear.
rock. Let's see.
130 on the board, 67 remaining. Josh
Vintage
Jones
tracks.
has a win in 1998.
Here comes the
Track
3 car. He's
tours. Does
coming
he
down
have
pit
track
road right
tours?
now.
Looks like Buckshot's
Backstory.
car maybe overheating just a tad. We saw some steam on the front end of that car.
That looked like
I'm not sure exactly how he is it.
coming down.
Untold History, Racing History Nerd Zone.
I think that was right
New
off the right
playlist.
corner of the break.
On board with Buckshot as he hits the speedway once again. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the pit road to Glenn Jarrett.
Tour of Childress. He's got some good stuff. I know they've been done in the last few years, but man, he did some good stuff there. Real good content. All of his content's great. Sorry, Dale Jr.'s pitting. There you go. Oh no, it wasn't Dale. It was Lycos.
Meantime, a battle for the top spot. Kenseth's crew still working on pit road. You saw Kevin Grubb take the lead down going through the main straightaway trial.
That's
Well, now
longer
Trickle
than
up in
normal
turn
pit
two,
stop.
uses that rim ride style to get back around it.
One thing these guys that are stopping right now, they don't want to see a caution on the speedway.
But no caution. Don't. You know, there's always a dumbass that everybody will pit except for the leader, and then some dumbass will spin out. Let's see who gets the dumbass award. Right? Or a friend of mine, he used to do the donkey award.
99 rides third. The pit road, Larry McReynolds.
Okay, I'm hearing Mark Martin's
The donkey report. Shout out Michael Hall.
Very fast stop. Right side tires already on. Left side's go on. He's down and away. A very quick stop
pit road.
Trickle still out in front of the orange 64. The red 52 of Kevin Grubb in second. Glenn Allen is third. There's Martin. Todd Bodine, as the leaders come by, they're just coming up to speed, so they have lost a lap on the green.
See, the thing, as a crew chief, you're fighting under.
So nice to see races that Adam was in, and
where you got to make that call.
gosh,
It really puts the
Blaze
crew chief in a really
Alexander.
bad situation.
Jeff Purvis was running 12th. He's on pit road. Tony Stewart on pit road. He was 14th.
The thing you know is, as a crew chief and a driver, these cars are all handling ill right now.
And the other thing you have
They're
to
not
look
showing
at is
timing
all
and
these guys
scoring
are really getting beat up for
'cause
a
it's
while
all
there.
mixed
Now
up.
They have the fresh tires, and it's their chance to be Superman for a while.
Yeah, if
Last
no
I
cautions, if you don't have a
realized,
caution, but when you get this transition,
Feeder
when
was
cars begin-
27 seconds behind the lead.
Trickle is out in front. Tony Stewart on pit road. Glenn Jarrett.
And he slides the car into the pit stall, which is not going to hurt these tires. They're worn out anyway. No wonder they wouldn't stop. This will be 4 tires. They talked about, believe it or not, for a while only doing 2, but then good common sense took over. They decided to do all 4.
Let's see
They're at the
where.
left side of Tony's down and away. That was a good pit stop. He may have gained a few positions there.
Tony Stewart under green, back onto the racetrack now. Your leader is still Trickle. Kevin Grubb is second. Then Allen Jr. is 1.2 seconds behind in third. There's Adam Petty. He is a lap car, the 22, his second career Busch Series start. I told you earlier how they had motor problems. Here's Trickle. He's going to drop down and come to pit road under green in the 64 car.
29,
Now, with all these pit stops happening with
whatever they
59
do.
laps remaining. Trickle's crew around to the right
There's some
side of the car.
RPMs
So they're
to
gonna
go in the
for right
pits
side tires
without
only
speeding.
possibly. The right side now, they've got 2 more there.
Is a little
They're gonna do a 4-tire stop.
primitive compared to what y'all do now.
Working the right side, jack down. 1 can of gas in. Left side will go up now. Left side tires going on for Trickle. There you see our pit stop time clock. Top left of your screen. The call to go.
Oh,
There we
don't
go,
hit
the Trickle's
Michael.
pit. The back stretch. Now remember, this guy has been leading the race and pitting on the backside. He's got a pit road speed limit to deal with. Kevin Grubb in the 52 takes over now. Trickle back up onto the speedway.
You heard Trickle
Grubb
say,
and Philip Morris 1 and 2.
Yeah, Philip Morris is in second place. Now, this captain going to win this thing. You heard Trickle ask him to pull that covering off his windshield. They run a plastic.
Oh wow,
cover over
Kevin
the
Grubb is
windshield
in
now,
the
Lexan
52
cover you
that
can
I
peel
was
off,
thinking
just
was
like having a brand new
Shredder.
windshield. And that's
Herb
something that
Records.
Rush down in turn 1.
That guy, he's still so involved in racing, man. For a guy that, like, he put so much financial backing into racing and still does. Herb Records.
Robert Presley in the 59.
That's Bobby Hill.
God, it's freezing, guys. I'm getting cold again. Oh, no, 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 no.
All these drivers have stopped under green flag conditions. Hillen's going to get it turned
Oh,
around.
Bobby Hillen.
Pointed in the right direction. Here's your leader.
Jesus.
Presley gets
Remember I said there'll be someone that'll win an award for bringing out a caution before everyone's pitted?
Morris being shown as your leader as he made that pass coming to the stripe. So a wild situation here at the Rock. Laps are winding down. 45 to go. We'll come back and sort it out for you at North Carolina
Halloween. Ha! Now that's funny.
Traffic jam in North Carolina Speedway. Late in the going here. Let's head downstairs. Glenn Jarrett.
Well, guys, they were a lap down, so Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ken Schrader have come in again after pitting only a few laps ago. Schrader for 4 tires and Earnhardt Jr. for 4 tires. They will be one of the first cars up on the inside line on the restart, but they are a lap down. Schrader's away. Here goes
So these are all the people a lap down pitting now.
Moves out in front of Dave Blaney and Casey Atwood, but these guys are going to have one chance, and that's to get their lap back from the leaders on the restart and then hope for a caution.
Here's LaJoy is down a
put us
lap
under
as
caution
well.
once again as the field comes behind the safety car out of turn 4.
Yeah, this gets all bottlenecked up back in here, as you can see. And
Watch
Hillen's in
this.
the middle, and he just tries to stay out of this car on the outside here, and he gets it loose, getting up under him here. Like
Casey Atwood in the 63 car there in that mix of traffic.
Did you see Matt Kenseth in the 17, second in the points, just avoiding that wreck going in the middle part of that corner.
So Hillen for the
I was
second time today. Goes
trying to
around
count how
and
many
here's the
people
lead
took
situation
him,
that we
but
had Robert Presley.
I didn't leave it on that screen long
Kevin
enough.
Grubb and Philip Morris in the 84. Going by
My
on the
scorer
inside as they came
Spidey
to the
senses
yellow
say
flag.
he's about a half a lap behind the leader.
Without a tail on a windy
Could be
day.
wrong,
I
but
tell
I
you,
think
he
he's on the
gave him
lead
pretty
lap.
good little nudge there.
Maybe.
So the field is under caution once again. 145 laps on the board. Time for our AutoZone Tech Fact. The NASCAR Busch Grand National Series director retiring soon.
Well, I try not to look at no names or no numbers. I look at the rule, the infraction of the rule, or whatever it may be, and regardless who it is, I try to go down the middle of the road, and, you know, the chips have to fall where they may, and a lot of them want me to stay on, but, you know, I think it's time for me to step down and let somebody else have the reins.
Ray Hill means a lot to the series as well as all the officials, the competitors, and everyone.
He's been a car owner, a car builder. He's been the director of the Winston Cup Series. He's been with several of the tire companies. He's got a pretty well-rounded background.
Scorer.
Well, he's really meant everything. Ray is a real great guy. He's about as knowledgeable about a race car as anybody I ever worked with in all my years.
I think he's extremely fair to the competitors, the crews, and the officials.
He's slow to make a decision, but when it makes it, he's right about it.
Ray's well-respected, well thought of, been around a long time, knows what he's talking about. He's a good car man, good race man, honest fella.
I'm going to miss all the stories. He's forgotten more than I'm.
Anything that I've picked up from Ray Hill is definitely going to be a benefit not only to myself but to the whole Busch Series for the new season. And if anything, I can thank him and be proud that I was a part of his regime for as long as he was with us.
Ouch.
Ray Hill will certainly be missed as the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series director. Brought to you by AutoZone, the more than 2,500 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. There's a guy who's been around since I've been around in the early 80s.
I used to build race cars with him. He worked with my dad, and then he moved into being an official. And I'll tell you one thing, everybody will tell you, integrity. He had a lot of it.
Yeah, you know, interesting, we got the 84 car on the screen there. Ray Hill is ending a great career. He's a gentleman. That's what I liked about Ray. You could sit down and talk to him. You could reason with him. He'd listen to your side of the story, and he would make it down the middle of the call, right down the middle of the road call. And here's a young man that's just getting his career underway. And we may be sitting up here 20 years from now talking about him, or somebody will anyway.
Phil Morris in the 84. That's a former Dale Earnhardt Inc. automobile. Larry McReynolds, what are they saying on pit road about the 84's chances here?
Well, Rick, again, he come in running second, took on 4 tires, and went back out, kind of back in the field just a little bit. Just like Kevin Grubb, who was leading the race, come in, routine pit stop, took on 4 tires. Now, the bad news for both of these guys, with 50 laps to go, they have no more Goodyear tires to put on under caution. They can only change under green. So what these guys need for all the cars they've got a lap down, they need this race to go green the rest of the way.
Coming up to put lap 148 on the board, so we'll have a little less than 40, make that 50 to go when we come back to North Carolina Speedway.
We're 6. See, I knew Dad'd do it. Woo! Now we're back in the game, man. And I'll tell you, Tim raced his ass off to pass and get his lap back from Tony Stewart, because Tony Stewart was not letting him by.
And wedged into the car 4 tires. That was the last set of sticker tires to take under a caution. But I do think they made
body aches back. Oh, Jesus. I just got chilled and body aches a little bit, but I'll be all right.
When they get all mixed up like this after the pit stops and pitting under
Gosh, I hope nobody gets what's going around.
It's really difficult for everybody to know who's leading and who's not and who they're racing at this point in time.
The blessing of computer scoring. Kevin LePage in the 40 car will emerge from that mix with the lead. So it's LePage now, Morris in second. The rest of those cars that were at the head of the pack were not on the lead lap.
I'll just take a baby aspirin. I'm not really
Morris being shown 1 and 2 right now, with Grubb in the 52, sitting in 3rd spot. Elliott Sadler being shown 4th in the 66. Hermie Sadler in the 29 being shown 5th. Trickle is being shown 10th right now.
Generic don't taste like Johnson.
He is being shown back in 19th, only 4 spots behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. So
That was quite
If
yucky.
he's got that car tuned to where he likes it, he may have a chance to not lose a lot of ground in the point chase here.
I really don't think he does. He seems to be awfully loose. He seems all right for a few laps on the newer tires, but after the tires wear down a little bit, he
Okay,
gets
44 to
loose.
go. I've got to go to the ladies' room again. I'm pushing the fluids and all that, so it's got me snotty and everything else. So I'll be right back. I won't go off camera. I'll just shut the mic.
Around the racetrack, and people trying to make up laps, just one little touch, and all of a sudden you have big trouble.
On board with Phil Parsons back in 26th position, couple of laps down to the leaders. There we go. We're watching the 3 and the 9. They're battling for 14th. There's Kenseth with his mentor Mark Martin right with him, and Glenn Allen in the 99. Now Allen led earlier. He's back to 12th right now. Martin is 13th, so this is a scramble for position. Kenseth right there as well.
Yeah, this is you know, everybody's got pretty good tire.
They touched just a little bit, excuse me, Darrell, as they started in the turn 3 right there. Glenn Allen got right up in the side of the 17 of Kenseth, as you see Mark Martin checking him over there as they head down into turn 1.
Battling down into the first corner. Allen is 12th. Martin is 13th.
Oh, there goes our rookie. Oh, the way. Oh, my goodness. The 84 car, Philip Morris, he was up in the wall. He just didn't hit it.
Morris scored in second last time by, but that'll change. He loses a bunch of positions down the back straightaway. The leader is still LePage. Earnhardt Jr. trying to make up some ground now.
And doing it pretty well there. I think Philip Morris is having a little bit of trouble on the outside groove there, getting that thing corralled back in. You see him up in the loose part there as he loses more position. He's dropping back through the field.
NASCAR timing and scoring being brought to you by MCI in the top left corner of your screen as we watch Morris in that blue and white 84. On the outside now, Robert Presley.
Yeah, he's really over driving the car. I think this is kind of like a rookie mistake. He's driving harder and losing time because he's getting past all these cars that are on new tires. And it's really, I think, frustrating him somewhat. He's getting the thing in big trouble up in that high groove.
Page is your leader. Grubb in the 52 is second. We're looking further back in the pack to 29 of it. Hermie Sadler. He was being shown
Hope I didn't miss
time by
much.
Morris right with him. Fidowa is up in there as well. Now, remember that Fidowa spun and got in the wall earlier today. He's got some sheet metal damage on the right front corner of the Kleenex machine, the 33, but he's back in the mix as well in fourth spot.
Boy, that 59 looks like he's just going to take his left quarter out right. Look at that. Don't ride there, guys. That's stupid. What the hell? I don't even know who's in the 59, but I'm just saying it. Don't ride there. Either be in there or not.
Nascar Busch Series at the Rock today on Saturday. Don't forget tomorrow, the AC Delco 400. Our coverage begins at noon Eastern.
One wiggle and you're taking your both out.
After race day, we'll be on with you at 11:30 Eastern tomorrow.
Right front to the left rear is always such a danger zone. You got to give a little bit.
NHRA competition tomorrow as well from Houston, Texas. Matt Kenseth and the 40 of LePage. LePage is your leader. Kenseth being shown just hanging on in 23rd, trying to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, and he goes high on the racetrack. Kevin LePage right now, even with that rotor cuff problem that he has.
36 to
and
go.
That system that he has to take away the pain from his right shoulder from a wreck earlier. You can see right on the bottom of the racetrack, Kenseth fighting.
See how many minutes more.
He's going to have to work very hard.
116 versus 45, 16, 45.
Working the low side.
Another 30 minutes.
Turn one. That's the blue and red.
And I only got 20 minutes of view minutes before they'll make me run an ad, so or they'll run one for me. So I could run one now and get it over with, and we'll be good. I think till the end.
Career here back in February, that last lap pass on Tony Stewart.
Daryl, you know, people at home would say, why is he racing that hard to stay on the lead lap? Because just behind him, you can see Earnhardt Jr. coming up there. And if he gets up there and they keep racing side by side, that'll put him right
Just
back
get
in
rid
the
of
fight.
the 1 minute ad, and then I think we don't have to run any more ads for the rest of
Aggravating
the
as it may be
stream.
to LePage, he's doing what he has to try to stay on the lead lap.
But, oh, that did really good, getting Tim back on the lead lap and into the top 10.
Kevin Grubb still sitting third in the 52. That's been the drive of the race in my mind. A lot of drivers have been at the front for a period of time today, but Kevin Grubb has played it smart, belying his youthful age, and he's hung right in there. Here's Burton in the 9 trying to get back in the mix. The 66 now. Elliott Sadler challenging LePage for the lead, and he's got him. Sadler in the 66 will grab the point in that Diamond Ridge machine with 33 to go.
Not yet.
Well, they got him on the strike that time. LePage by a whisker. You know, keeping track of these lead changes, it only counts at the line, and they gave it to Sadler last time by. Here's the 9 of Burton working his way to the front. He wants to get on the lead lap as well.
And everybody knows that Elliott Sadler is going to move to the Wood Brothers next year. This is his last official year in Busch Grand National Racing. And this car of Bechtel's has been really good on many occasions this year. The number 6.
Dad worked for Bechtel, I think, Steve Glisson, in 95 with Bechtel for half a season.
Sadler in the 66 at the point. See if he can.
We're looking good. Look at old Hank Parker Jr.
The National Series on TNN Motorsports, the AC Delco 200. This is coming down to a question of who fit in when and who's got some tires to get him to the line. The 66 of Elliott Sadler is out in front. Kevin LePage of the 40 is second. The 17 of Matt Kenseth. He was tracking 2 laps down. He is sitting 22nd, trying to stay in contention for the national championship here in this series. The big story as we get down to the end of this one, who has the freshest tires, who will be able to contend. Most of the contenders have used up their 3 sets of tires allotted under caution. Let's get the latest on who's doing what with tires on pit road. First to Glenn Jarrett.
Well, guys, as we stated a while ago, Dale Earnhardt Jr. came in to tail into that last caution, put on his last set of new tires, as did Jeff Burton. Earnhardt Jr. going by Burton on the racetrack right now. They have gotten back in the lead lap by passing Elliott Sadler, but now
you could see that. Now, Dale did not like get up to the 9 and sit there and wrap his bumper. I mean, the 8. He didn't just get up there and. Is it a 9? It is a 9. Whatever. Jeff Burton. He didn't get up and just hammer his bumper and then decide. He knew before he got there which side he was going, if you saw that. And it could have been planned. It could have been the spotters. Who knows? But he didn't drive up onto somebody and then wrap on his rear bumper. He already had it planned which side he was going before he ever got there. Just like the 40 right here. He knows which side he's going to pass. He's got to give himself that run so he don't have to lift. Unnecessarily.
On the racetrack, here's your leader, the Trop Arctic Chevrolet, the 66 of Elliott Sadler. 20 to go. He's got about a second lead on LePage with Grubb in third. We'll be back to take you to the checkered flag in a moment. Carolina Speedway, your leader, the 66, Elliott Sadler, the 37 car, not on the lead lap. Glenn Allen not on the lead lap either in the 99. Elliott Sadler with almost a 2-second advantage over Kevin LePage. And you've heard our pit reporters talk about how none of the guys up front want to see a caution here in the late going. 14 laps remaining, and Kevin LePage
he might have got his lap back by staying out.
Nobody may want to see a caution, but I have seen 10 in the last 5 laps.
There was 14 on the lead lap, and the worst you could do is 14.
Didn't make it quite all the way to the finish.
And that shot told you one reason that they're getting so very close to wrecking, getting in turn 1. Getting down in turn 1 now, you have the sun directly into very, very bad conditions on the windshield of the cars. You could see you couldn't see a thing out of the windshield as they ended in turn 1.
This race is going to expire about when I will.
Off his windshield a little earlier, and I'm sure these other guys would like to have been able to do that too if they could get back in the pit.
Elliott Sadler has quietly put together a very strong season. He's only won once this year, back in the spring at Bristol, but he's got 9 top 10s and he's 6th in series points.
He's doing a great job, but you know who else is doing? We had to call his name all day. We've been talking about Sadler, all right, but how about old Hermie?
Yeah.
Hermie's 3rd.
Another driver who is looking for a different situation come 1999 in the DeWalt Tools number 29. Mark Green in the 37 had early problems.
We were a little bit slower than the leader because the last time they did that rundown, we were 9 seconds back, and now we're 10 seconds back.
That's the fish car. Look at that. He's up
So
there in 6th
in
place.
3 laps he lost.
And he's led this race, so
2
it's not a
seconds.
fluke. I mean, it's not
To
like
the
he
leader.
doesn't deserve to be
They
there.
must be on
11
newer
to go. This is
tires,
a battle
maybe.
for position for 15th spot. Robert Presley in the 59 just getting by Glenn Allen. There's your leader coming through the main straightaway, the 66 of Elliott Sadler. We'll take you back to the 29. There's Hermie Sadler. sitting third. So the Sadler brothers, not the car-owning Sadler brothers, having a great day here today.
Yeah, and you know something else amazing to me, and Buddy alluded to it a minute ago. Bobby Hillen's been in 2 wrecks. Blew a tire here on the front, spun down there, got the car all torn up. Where's he at, Buddy?
He's in the top 10
He's
right
running
now.
8th right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's done everything he can to tear that car up today.
It has been a wonderful afternoon for Hillen in terms of the likely result. He's going to score here.
I think that's intimidation myself. He knows Mark McGuire's down there, and he better get that car home.
The Mac Attack Clean Shower Chevrolet that Bobby Hillen steers.
He's 11 seconds back now, so that time is from the leader, you know? So something is going away, obviously. Tires, more than likely. Or he's gas saving, maybe. You know, they did something to get from a lap down, tail end of the lead lap, and up to 6 under green. So shout out to Dad's crew there and Tim driving. And I apologize for anybody who's had to sit through this with my miserable illness, and I am so sorry. I'm not usually this miserable and cranky and cloggy.
Phillips 66 Chevrolet.
I'm usually more fun.
He's a young driver. We've talked about young guns today, and all the focus has been on Dale Earnhardt.
But I did start watching this off screen, and I was like, you know what? There's a lot of good info here. And I didn't think Tim was going to finish good because I had only like previewed up to when he was a lap down, and I was like, oh crap. So I thought it would be a boring race, but to me it's not really boring when you see people moving up and improving, and
by the way,
especially when your car is doing well. They'll get a top 10 probably. 6 to go.
I don't understand it. It's kind of interesting to me. The same thing happened to him at Charlotte, and the car went away on him all at once and just backed up from there on. And happened to him again today, leading the race, got it crossed up, and the next thing you know, he's going backwards. But that tells me he's learning. He's getting some good experience because I've seen him do that before and wreck it. So I think he is learning.
Well, you have to think of the Wood brothers.
Look at the gobs of marbles in the turns.
Has to be very proud of the job he's done today.
Yeah, I think you're right, buddy. He is. He's going to do good with him.
There is Matt Kenseth, second in series points, 3 Busch Series wins in his career, all 3 this season, including the spring race, the February race, here at the Rock. 5 laps to go.
Dad gets 2 wins this season with Fedowa. One of them was South Boston, and one was Nazareth. I was at the Nazareth race. It's pretty cool when you win.
Step 3, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his gun sights at the moment.
It's pretty cool anyway, but when you win, it's just like amazing.
On the white line, you see a straight line up out of the corner.
It's so stinking hard and competitive to win in these series.
Just don't look back. That's all I can tell you.
Look at Don't get up in the marbles. Holy moly, look at the marbles.
Kevin LePage riding in second spot. We thought LePage might have the right combination.
Looks like seaweed on the beach.
Hasn't fallen his way in the last 30 or 40 laps.
3 to go.
He's done a great job when you think about
Elliott Sadler,
a torn rotator cuff is a hard injury to deal with.
Kevin LePage, and Hermie Sadler. Wow. Podium for the Sadlers. We got a P9 going on. 135 miles an hour. We're about 4 miles an hour slower than Martin right now. But I know it's like attrition tires and all. They had to skip a pit stop somehow to get up like that. Or short pit something. They did something right. Put it that way.
Ben Barrier apparently brushed the wall a moment ago. Barrier being shown pretty far back in the pack here today.
When to go.
Barrier back in 26th spot. White flag waving over the leader, Elliott Sadler. He is on the back straightaway, coming around for the final time here today. If you'd gone through the list of likely winners here this afternoon, not too many people would have given you Elliott Sadler's name, but he has done a great job as he comes out of turn number 4 from 19th starting spot. His second win of 1998. Elliott Sadler is the winner in the Diamond Ridge Chevrolet, the Phillips 66 car. Sadler is your winner. LePage is second, Sadler. Hermie is third. Kevin Grubb and Philip Morris, your top 5 here today.
Yay, Philip Morris. Great job for a rookie driver. And trust me, he drove a lot more laps than anybody else.
And Bobby Hillin involved in 2 wrecks today and coming out in 8th place. That's great.
We've had some surprising finishes here today, and of course the winner's one of them. What a deal.
Sure have. Let's get the thoughts of Elliott Sadler's crew chief downstairs, Larry McReynolds.
Well, Rick, this is one happy crew. Sandy, maybe didn't have the car to beat at the beginning, but how about that pit strategy?
Well, everything just played into our hands today. We made some adjustments, had to work all day. This Phillips 66 crew did a heck of a job all day long. Elliott drove his heart out, and I'm speechless. I really am.
Well, gang, you can tell this is one happy crew, and as a fellow crew chief, that was some awesome strategy.
Great calls by Sandy Jones getting Elliott Sadler to victory lane.
It really was, and he's down here. He
Good job for that team.
Now you can go down there and give him the road map.
They planned it just right.
Here, son. He's all excited, I'm sure. No,
Got to be
great
lucky.
call in the pits. I think Larry and I agreed that there was a point in the race where guys stayed out and they shouldn't have, and I think that was the difference in the show. And what a wonderful race. I've had a good time up here today. I love that side-by-side high-line racing.
Elliott Sadler still looking for the right way. Darrell Waltrip, thanks so much for being with us today. Good luck tomorrow in the Tabasco Pontiac. Larry McReynolds, good luck to you and yours.
Sounds like they're going to cut to...
We'll be back with more from The Rock in a moment.
Oh, I guess they are. We finished B9. That ain't too bad after everything they went
In the
through.
victory lane, and he gets a Busch beer party, and I'm moving out of the way because I don't want to be a part of this party. Oh, man. All right. High fives all around. And he's trashed the top of the car. First thing you want to know is, I guess nobody told you how to get to victory lane once you won the race, did they?
No, I never been in a victory lane. I kept asking guys, where's victory lane? And they wouldn't tell me, but this is the most emotional win I've ever had. I started crying about 3 laps ago because these guys have been working so hard all year, and we just haven't been to victory lane as many times as last year. But the guys stuck behind me. Phillips 66 stuck behind me, and sure I'm sad to lead these guys this year, but I'm just glad. I wanted to get them one more win before this year was over with, and we got 2 more to go after this one. We found some stuff out yesterday I think will help us here for the rest of the year.
Well, the car was awfully good in the last half of the race, but it had to be a comfort knowing that Sandy made the right call when you guys came in and got tires, and hardly anybody else did.
Exactly
I
right.
appreciate
think
y'all
that was the call to
watching.
make. You know, they gave us the win. We were so badly loose there for a while, so we got to come in and get tires, and we did. And
Just going to look quickly at Cars Tour info.
Try to get these guys in some bad situations.
I think it's 2 weeks to go to Wilkesboro.
Victory lane, and never thought I'd come here. I've always qualified well here, but I always struggled during the race. But the Lord was with us today, and we were able to come away with the win.
Brother Hermie came home third. Pretty good day for the Sadlers all the way around.
That's an awesome day for the Sadlers. That means all cars will be on sale at Sadler Chevrolet this week.
There you go.
I guess Hermie will have to make that decision. Let's go to Matt.
Well, I've caught up with Kevin LePage. An outstanding performance, a good second-place finish for you.
Yeah, Matt, we weren't a second-place race car. We were probably a 5th or 8th, somewhere in that range. But during that early stages, about 80 laps, I guess 60 laps, something like that, the car was going backwards, Channel Lock Chevy, and Rich Lasher made a great call to come in under that 1 yellow and get some tires and make major adjustments, put some spring rubbers in there, took some wedge, and just we had to do something because we were going to go backwards. And all we were hoping is that we get a long green, and fortunate enough for us, the Channel Lock Chevrolet got a good long green and put a lot of good cars down, and we just didn't have enough there at the end for Elliott. But I tell you, I've been out of this car for a few weeks, and to come back and run second here at the Rock, just can't say enough for Channel Lock, T&L Motors. The Prime Star guys came over and pitted my car today, and I got to say thanks to them too.
What did you learn today that you can put forth till tomorrow, because you run the same tires?
That sun's awful bright right there.
The
Windshield
guy
got
in
real
the
bad.
background with the
We
gray
pitted up,
hair is Motor Racing Outreach Pastor.
We played a lot with air pressure.
Motor Racing Outreach
Rockingham's going to wear the tires out real quick, and we just got to be patient and save the car, but save the tires.
That's the traveling
again,
church.
There's a lot of different grooves out there.
It
I
goes
found the
with
bottom,
the
found the
NASCAR.
middle, found the top, so I think we can apply that tomorrow with the Prime Star Taurus.
Well, tomorrow we can find victory lane, guys.
Kevin LePage with a very, very strong run. Led several laps in this one. Comes home second today behind your winner, Elliott Sadler.
October. We're in the beginning
of the Rock. We are too. We've got a lot more to
October.
bring you this afternoon.
And we're 9th in point. No, finished 9th.
He's at North Carolina Speedway. Elliott Sadler, your winner. Kevin LePage and brother Hermie Sadler finishes third. Kevin Grubb with a great run to fourth from 26th starting spot today. And rookie Philip Morris, who qualified 12th, comes home fifth. He led for a brief time. And how about Hank Parker Jr. in 6th position, his first career top 10. 7th to Mike Dillon. Bobby Hillin with a couple of trips into the wall comes back and finishes 8th. Tim Fedua, who also got in the wall early on, finishes 9th. Curtis Markham, who started the 64, gave way to Dick Trickle. They came from 40th to 10th. Trickle led several laps in the mid-portions of this race. And Buddy Baker, as we talked about during the course of the event, a lot of these drivers and teams did great jobs to stay up front or to get back up front. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Let's get the thoughts of the third-place finisher today. Matt,
oh, my God.
Well, Rick Elliott went to victory lane. I think daughter Cora wins the best costume in Herminator. You come home third. Outstanding performance, 33rd to 3rd.
Yeah, we had a good day. You know, we had little things fall in place today for us, and golly, hadn't had much for us this year, but a great day for Diamond Ridge, 1st and 3rd, and a great day for Phillips and DeWalt and Peebles and Chevrolet. Good. I got to get all these in because I didn't have a chance to talk about them this year, but hopefully this will give Gary and those guys at Diamond Ridge some momentum to help get them a sponsor for next year and give me some momentum as I head over to the 72 car. Just a great day, and if little things go right, you know, it can happen.
I heard it could be a big Monday for the Sadler Auto Dealerships. Your brother said you're going to have a huge sale.
That's what I heard. Bring them on. As long as he's there to help me take care of everybody and pay me back for the money I lose, I'm all for it. I hope everybody shows up on Monday. We'll be there.
1st and 3rd for the Sadlers. Rick?
Great job for both members of that team today, and Hermie Sadler and his daughter there certainly enjoying things. Tough day, though, for some of the point contenders. One of the drivers, 2nd in points, won here back in the spring. Tough day for Matt Kenseth. Let's go back downstairs.
It certainly was, Rick. And Matt and I were just standing here counting about how many points it would be, and we decided it was how many?
Too many.
Yeah, too many. Just a tough day all the way around. Just, you know, it started yesterday, I guess, with the crash and happy hour, and from there on things went downhill.
Yeah, I mean, that really killed us, and then I'm not sure how, but, you know, we just missed the setup by, you know, a mile. We didn't miss by a little bit. We missed by a mile. And, you know, it's as bad as we've been since loading. Since you were going to hit my crew chief with a hammer, that's as bad as we've been. So, you know, it's my fault. I really thought we had what we needed in the car this morning, and I kind of really lobbied hard to make some changes and just really, really missed the setup. You know, probably should have left it, you know, a little bit more how Robbie wanted it, and wasn't very good. And then we just, you know, didn't pit at the right time. Should have pitted with all the rest of them guys and would have had a chance at a decent finish. But with the car not being very good, and then it would, you know, it'd wear out new tires even faster. So just the way it was.
But next week at Atlanta, you guys probably go there with a little fire in your eyes, try to make up for a week like this.
Yeah, I don't know. This makes you appreciate the good weekends. We had a real hard weekend ever since we've been here. The only thing that went right was qualifying. So just going to forget it and go home and go to Atlanta next week.
That's all I can do, Matt. Thanks for being with us. Best of luck to you next week. Let's go back up top.
We got 2 more races to watch from 98, not today, but
Kenseth, who finishes
we got
27th. Dale
Atlanta
comes home in 14th,
and Miami.
So the gap grows about 146
So I guess that
points now with
was
2 races remaining. Kenseth not out of the game quite yet.
Let's see.
Check
Gonna
out our
interview
webpage,
Earnhardt.
www.country.com, your personal source for all things country, race cars to country stars. That weekly race day
Real
commentary
quick
is there
while
too.
they
Dial us up at
yicky-yakking.
country.com.
Cars Tour.
Fans sticking around, of course.
$1,000 bonus on the line. This is their leaderboard for points.
NASCAR online before, during, and after the race.
Landon Huffman is in 4th in points. They got 1 more race.
Victory Lane
No,
ceremonies
2 more
continue
races.
here at the Rock for today's Busch Grand National event. A reminder, NASCAR
I know they got Wilkesboro,
Racing, the
so.
all-new official store of NASCAR.
We got
NASCAR
stuff on the
now
cars
open in cities everywhere. Locations and
Pink
information
gloves,
at
they will all be in
615-883-7000
auction. Check that out on Twitter.
Through Friday.
Twitter's okay if you
Still
block
leading the points.
everybody
In fact,
but
he
racing.
added to his point lead. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Here's Glenn Jarrett.
Best
Well, that's
deal
exactly
in
right,
town.
Rick. And Dale, we talked about this at the top of the show. This might be an opportunity for you to pad that points lead. You did that. You gained 44
So
points,
anyway.
but this ain't the way you wanted it to happen.
I think he's racing the modified at
It's hard to
Tri-County
not come
this
out here with a
weekend.
smile on your face because it's been a long
Landon is.
time since this team's been competitive at Rockingham. So,
In real life?
you know, we worked on the car real hard this weekend and got a good driving, good comfortable car, and it seemed to take us wherever we wanted to go. It's a tough old racetrack, you know. Even if your car is hooked up, you still have to be on top of your game, and we're trying to do the best we can. It's a shame that Matt had trouble in the you know, practice yesterday, and I hate that's the way it's going to go down. But I'd rather race him, you know, door to door on the racetrack for that championship. It's a little misfortune, but you know, we could have had a top 5 finish, and then we got stuck in the pits under green flag stop, and I had a caution, got a lap down. So, you know, we had a top 5 car, if not a race winning car. I'm not sure about you know, Burton was pretty strong there at the end. My last set of tires went away on me a little bit, but it's a good day for AC Delco and Food City and all the sponsors on board. Coca-Cola and Burger King. We're real happy, you know, just come out here and gain a little points.
Well, you did that. You got a 146-point lead now next week going into Atlanta, a racetrack that it's awfully fast. You haven't had a lot of experience, a lot of time on that racetrack. How are you going to approach that race?
Well, we went and tested there, and from what I hear, we're pretty good. So, you know, you look for that AC Delco car to be up front next week, too.
Okay, good, strong performance today. He got caught with those after making that green flag stop. Not a lot he can do, but he'll be back next week. Here's Matt.
A stellar run, Glenn, also by Kevin Grubb. First off, a bad set of tires actually proved to be lucky for you.
I'll tell you what, you know, you never know how it's going to end up. We started the race, and like I said, had a bad set of tires, and we thought it was going to be downhill from there, to tell you the truth, because it's kind of hard to pass out here at Rockingham, but it ended up to work our way. Bobby King, crew chief, you know, he did a great job. Great pit strategy. You know, he got me out front, and we stayed out front. And just can't say enough for the whole Grubb Motorsports team. They do a great job every week. We're getting better and better. I think it's our second top 5, and I believe it's 3 races. Yeah, I'm as happy as I can get. I'd like to say happy Halloween to everybody, and thank Curb Records, and you know, basically just looking forward to the next race. We're on a roll here and want to keep it going.
What does this roll do for you guys? You've struggled earlier in the year. You had a second at Dover, nearly won. You come out of here with a 4th place.
I'll tell you, we've had great cars all year. We've been qualifying the top 5. We've run in the front the whole race, and then it's had bad luck at the very end. And that's been our main downfall, is having that bad luck at the end. Today we didn't get it, and we ended up with another top 5.
Well, Rick, also another Virginian in the top 5 today.
Great day for the Grubb Motorsports team, and our congratulations to Kevin Grubb. Beautiful afternoon here. There is DW jumping out of the booth into his uniform, getting ready to practice the Tabasco Pontiac before tomorrow's 400 Motorsports. Saturday afternoon, not at all. Tomorrow, we're back on the air 11:30 Eastern.
Alrighty, I guess they're not going to show the points.
The AC Delco 400 for the NASCAR Winston Cup cars, the NHRA Winston Drag Race. Let's go back downstairs, Glenn Jarrett.
Hey, remember Darrell Waltrip talking about the fish car? This guy drives the fish car right here. That BASS stands for Bass Anglers Sportsman Society. Hank Parker Jr., 6th place. Man, that had to be a lot of fun.
It was a blast. We had good pitch strategy all day. The car was a little tight. We elected to stay out when everybody came in.
He punked me in the bar.
Stayed out and it really worked.
He was
out
being
in our
all
hands.
sweet and nice and bought me a Coke and told me I could pick out stuff on the jukebox. So I was the old lady they punked that day.
For their motors. We had some awesome
Him and
horsepower
Stephen
today.
Wallace.
Well, you can tell
I
this
knew
guy
what
was
they
really
was up
happy.
to,
I
but
see
I
his dad,
laughed.
Hank Sr. over
It
there.
was funny.
He's got a big smile on his face. Smiles all around in the Parker household today. Go catch some fish, man.
I used to go to that. I used to go to Exit 36 Bar and Billiards.
Engine trouble. You almost make it to the finish. But what about next year? I know things are looking up for you.
I'll tell you what, we've had nothing but engine trouble this year. We had it at St. Louis, and we had it here. You know, I thought we'd have a good race car, but yeah, the good Lord wasn't willing with us today. But, you know, I don't know what we're going to do next year. We got, you know, we'll definitely be in Busch Race, and I don't know what the sponsor is. I don't know what car we're going to, but we'll definitely be here and see if we can run with these guys next year.
Well, he definitely has that petty smile, even with a
God,
finish
he so much
outside
looked
of the
like
top
Richard
25.
when he
Rick?
was young.
Motor problems today for
He
Adam
lost
Petty,
such
but a
a-
young driver of whom much is
such a
expected,
legacy
of course,
there.
in the months
So
and years to
stinks.
come. Great afternoon here at Rockingham. We've got more to tell you about. Elliott Sadler's second win of
More
the
to tell
1998
us.
Busch Series.
I would stay and listen,
Victory
but
lane
I'm
for
like
the second
exhausted.
time here in
God.
1990
You got the
Series
points.
season.
No, that's the
Victory lane for the
results.
second time. It's up front for a while as well as you get a look at the
Still.
third group of 10. Ken Schrader was up front for a good long time before falling back. And we take a look at 31st through 40th.
See
Dale
it,
Jr.
points,
needs to
points,
average
points.
a 17th
Yeah, there we
place
go.
finish in the final 2 races.
P7.
Lock up the title. Mike McLaughlin and Randy LaJoy, your top 4. Mike Dillon sits 11th in points, and he and Glenn Allen are just about nose to nose. So that's one that certainly could change for 13th. Mark Green has a chance to gain a spot there. Jeff Purvis not very
They
far
were like
behind.
16th
Really, you've got
in,
4
or
drivers in that
so
13th back
in
to
points.
16th spot. You get to 4 drivers there certainly.
A week or two
within
before
about,
Dad
45
took over.
points of one another.
Dad took over
Shane
right
Hall,
after
Joe
Hickory.
Bessie very close in points as well. So a lot of money at stake, Buddy Baker. A lot of prestige for these drivers with Atlanta.
Cup
and
guys
Homestead.
practicing.
Well, like you say, there's 2 races to go, and there's a lot of points up. So these guys are not out of it. Certainly, I think the first and second and third place cars are pretty well out there, where right now that's going to determine who's
old
going
Mark.
to be the champion. But even back, hey, listen, it's a proud day when you can say I finished in the top 20 in any division in NASCAR.
Mark Martin on the racetrack in his Winston Cup car. Martin so strong here at Rockingham. Didn't have the day he wanted to in the NASCAR Busch Series today, but he's certainly going to be a guy to watch tomorrow.
You see the glare on the windshield as Mark Martin goes down into turn 1 there. That is very
He hardly has
late in the
a little
afternoon,
bit,
so
little
a thing
bit,
we'll
little
probably
bit
be
loose.
talking about tomorrow.
Not much.
Down the back straightaway, you see Mark Martin's hands very still as he starts into turn 3.
Push,
right
push,
down on the
push.
white line, picking the throttle back up very gingerly, not abusing the tires in the center part of the corner.
We're watching the speed charts here in happy hour practice. Martin, the second fastest time so far this afternoon. He's on the lap of 150.4 miles an hour as Team owner Jack Roush watches his 5 cars run their final practice sessions. Dale Earnhardt on the racetrack as well. Might have a good shot tomorrow. Won't start too far toward the front, but always strong here at Rockingham. I want to thank the folks at Circuit City for providing our aerial platform today. Our views from high atop North Carolina.
Well, that was a good race to watch, wasn't it now? All right, that's me at Daytona. That's where the towers are now, guys, the snow tower and all that. I was in it before they were raking it in, padding their mattresses. I'm so mean. Anyway, so glad you were here. I'm a little under the weather, and I'm glad that you stuck through. I am going to sign off now and go get me some more hot ginger tea. Love y'all. Thank you. Peace. And we love horsepower.